Hi, everybody. So something a little bit different today. I'm actually going to be DMing today. So I'm Allie, if you don't know. Um, and I'll be DMing a one-off adventure for our three heroes from Candlekeep Mysteries, but kind of reworked for Odyssey setting. So do you guys want to just tell me a little bit about your characters real quick?
Yes.
Any other announcements we want to make before we get into characters? I
I
think
might
Reed
as
had
well
something.
do my thing. So, as you might be able to see when you popped into chat the first time, this time, we do have a community challenge started, which
I
is to
got this. We're
say,
ready.
yeah, that we're gonna let the chat choose my next hair color if we reach the target amount, which I believe is currently set to 75,000.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mhm.
if we can get to that, then we'll go through with all the socials. We will post a survey as to what colors there are up for the option, and then presumably with the next one, or maybe the one after that, because I'm starting to get a little. We will color change it, and that's running for 30 days. So you got a couple of episodes to which you can donate 2,000 pocket bacon per episode.
I love that pocket bacon is our currency. I love this.
On it. All right. So I guess I'll just do what Ben does, and I'm going to roll for who's going to go first
Wonderful.
to tell me about your character tonight. It's Tammy.
Ah, okay. Okay,
Surprise.
apparently I'm not unmuted. Okay, I am unmuted. All right. Well, I'm Tammy, and today I'm going to delve back into my past, a past character who's been revamped. Her name is Coon. She is a dragonborn blood hunter.
What was her name?
Corinne.
Corinne. All right.
Yep.
Excellent.
She's a silver dragon. She's got sea blue eyes, and the hair would be kind of going from, I'm going to say like a dark silver gray, and then it goes kind of more towards white at the tips, and about mid back length. I'll have it in different styles depending.
Oh man, my character is nowhere near that thought out. This is good. I like this.
I just literally came up with this now. I'm filling it out on my character sheet at the moment.
Excellent.
The sausage is made. All right. Right. Why do I have... Okay, sorry. All right. Next up. That's Reed.
All right. Well, tonight I am going to play. Regular viewers of the campaign may recognize Mel. She's coming back for a little bit of frontline action here. And she's going to come in as a Medusa Ranger. So if you're not familiar with her, she is a Medusa. She's got the long sort of snake hair. She's got scaly little patches on her skin. And, cloak. And basically darts, weapons, pretty much wherever she can reach them. And she don't take no shit.
I love to see it. All right. Last up. Just because
Thank
it's fun.
you.
That's Ben.
That's fair. My character's name is Brixton Trinbrix. He is a forest gnome. He has a lot to be grateful for in his upbringing in Thylia and has every intention of preserving the decent things about this place. If it pays well, that's a good bonus. And he's got one eye patch, better than two, and carries a trusty morning star, which I think he treats as mostly his closest friend, and that is what I've got for Brixton.
All right. Well, without any further ado, if there's nothing left to get into.
Oh, Jim! Hello. The Jim Stands Alone just follows. Jim Stands Alone, friend of mine. I've DM'd with him before. He's DM'd for me, so I'm really glad he's here. But yes, let's get into this.
Hello, welcome. All right, so. Oh no, where was I?
We gotta
Okay.
start the stream all over again.
Yep, back to 1. All right, let's see. So, we are actually going to open in the city of Mitros shortly after the end of the games. We'll open on a tallish Medusa woman scanning the racks of the books in the academy, Mitros, and a young human boy comes up to her. Hi, ma'am. What can I do for you? Can I help you find anything? You're kind of a big deal, right?
I'm not anybody. Don't worry about me. I can find what I need.
But surely you're looking for something.
Isn't everybody?
Yes, and I'm actually looking for you. So, word has it that even if you're not a big deal, you're pretty capable. I mean, after the show you made at the Olympics, or the Great Games.
We're gonna get seed.
Shit. We're doing great, guys. All right. Love looking at myself while I'm doing this. This is great. Okay, sorry. After the show you put on at the Great Games, seems like you can handle yourself pretty well and you're not really afraid of anything. Is that about right?
I mean, only idiots aren't afraid of anything. But I can handle myself. The job paying?
That's a pretty wise answer. Yeah, actually. So this is for my mentor of sorts sent me to come find you because word around the stacks was that you were here. So it pays, and without knowing what you're looking for, I can't offer much of a guarantee, but we can try to provide access to some of our more usually unavailable pieces, things that we haven't really had a chance to go through yet. Would that be satisfactory to you?
If your gold is good, I'm your woman.
All right. If you'll follow me, I will lead you back to my mentor. And with that, he kind of does a sharp about face and just walks straight down the hallway, or the hallway works. He makes a few twists and turns down into kind of a more secluded area of the academy where all of it seems almost more like study areas, or maybe even where some of the more intense scribes or scholars spend long periods of time studying or transcribing the books and material scrolls that come in. And he leads you up to a door, and he raps twice, pauses, and a third time before he opens it up, and you see a curly mop of red hair just facing straight at you, as you see a surprisingly young-looking half-elven man with his face in a tome, scribbling frantically. And before you or the boy you're with could say anything, he holds up a finger, jots down a few more notes, and then finally looks up and says, "Ah, you must be Melpomene. We've been waiting for you."
All right, how much does it pay?
Well, I don't know if you saw any of our posters around the city. We've been trying to round up a solid team here, but it pays roughly 100 gold apiece, plus any additional boons we might be able to offer you in terms of access to certain parts of the library, depending on what you're looking for, obviously. I'm not terribly high ranking, but I do have a little bit of sway if there's something you're looking for. full story. We've been missing a couple of things around the library. We actually decided to open up some of our lower residences for travelers from the games, and having strangers down there kind of called attention to a strange phenomenon, which is a surprising rash of thefts, small thefts, and they can't be accounted for. So we need you to go down there and help us suss out who the criminal is, who's doing this, and in addition, if you can find any of the missing items, you will get an additional 10 gold apiece. We're looking for 5 items specifically. Does that sound amenable to you?
When I find the person who does it, or who's done it, dead or alive?
Well, I think it depends. If it's a person, preferably alive. If it's some sort of other malfeasant creature of some sort, and you're unable to obtain them alive, we'll understand. However, the preference is absolutely for alive.
I think I can make that work.
Excellent. All right, and
Yes.
actually, we've got right over here in the room next door, we've actually already briefed your counterparts, so we're putting together a team to kind of covertly send you down there under the guise of being researchers or tourists, whichever you prefer. It's up to you what your cover story is. It's important that you not tell any of the residents who live down there and handle most of the studying, the transcription and book repair that we do down there, what you're actually doing, because obviously we don't know who's committing any of these crimes. So feel free to talk amongst yourselves, introduce yourselves, and kind of work out whatever kind of a cover story you're looking for. And so with that, he stands up and kind of like dusts off his cloak. He has like crumbs all over it, which kind of like shows a little bit that he hasn't been leaving for meals. You can kind of, as he walks past you, get kind of a unpleasant smell. He's clearly been here for several days. And he walks past you and opens the door, and inside you see a gnomish man and a female dragonborn. All right, team's all here.
Hi, Christian. So we're supposed to come up with a theory, a story as to what we're doing here to seem perfectly under notice. I'm not really. Gloria and I aren't really the settle types. And I gesture to my morning star, and I say, so, whatever you want to go with, I thought, pest control.
That works for me.
What-
I'm not much of a researcher.
Yeah, understandable. What do you think? A turn.
Suitable.
Sorry?
I think it's suitable.
Alright. So we're pest control and big rats. Big rats. They have those in basements, don't they? That's a thing people do. We can do that.
And usually they don't want any kind of pests. They just hear pests, and I think my experience, they're usually disgusted and should steer clear of us.
Yeah.
At this, the gentleman who led you all in here one at a time, is still standing in the door. He kind of chimes in and he says, full transparency, we will actually be leading you down into the underground basements of where we work. Good call on the rats in the basement. But you should know that the primary light source that we use down there is actually fireflies. So it's imperative that you not threaten them. However, if you make a case for them being potentially at risk, that might be a good way to go.
That's ridiculous. I got a torch. And I just reach down, starts sifting through my bag supplies. I got a torch. Don't worry about it. Gotta put my shield away, but I got this.
All right, well, far be it for me to tell you how to do your job. I'll be right on the other side of this door, and when you're done, I will have Thaddeus take you down and introduce you to the denizens.
Anyone we should know? Look out for down there?
Honestly, it's just a handful of folks. Mostly just scholars with the academy. So we've got Varner, who's kind of the head of the restoration project we've got going down there. Had a little bit of trouble lately with some weather concerns. Did a little damage to our lower areas. So Varner is in the process of restoring both the library, and then Varner's primary job is, of course, to rebind and restore any of the books that are salvageable, any of the scrolls that come through that seem like we don't need to transcribe them or anything like that.
They messed with you too, huh? He's a dick. Alright. Sorry.
No, all good. I'm assuming you're talking about Sidon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know your friends. I don't know if they're dicks. I mean, they might be.
I mean, I don't have a ton of friends, but that's fine by me. Also down there, you've got Ebder. He is a human scholar, hasn't been around quite as long as Varner. His primary job is to transcribe anything that isn't salvageable. So they're kind of our our first round of intake scholars who kind of go through the things that have been brought in by travelers who aren't members of the Academy. Obviously, we have members of the Academy who do go out and acquire rare literature and bring it back and bring us information about all of Thylia, but every now and then you get the odd traveler with a interesting tome or story to tell, or perhaps a historical novel about the world outside of Thylia, and we need to kind of go through them, make sure that they're safe and accurate before we circulate them back into our stacks, so to speak. Ebder is actually living down there with his daughter. Her name is Galeby. She shouldn't be in your hair too much. She keeps to herself mostly. Additionally, we've got another scholar who's been down there for a couple of weeks now, Tabaxi woman by the name of Cthulhu, who, again, she's been here the whole time, so of course, obviously, she is a suspect. However, I don't know her well enough to say whether or not she'll bother you. And then finally, we've got Crinkle, who is our primary caretaker. Crinkle's job is mostly to provide food for our scribes down there, in addition to caring for the fireflies and a little bit of light study when she's able to get it in there. So she's actually a Kenku woman, so you'll recognize her by the beak. If she's a little bit standoffish, so if she's a little brusque with you, don't take it personally. But that's as of right now, those are our main five we've got going down there. Everyone else who's come in and out hasn't stayed there for longer than a day or two and has reported things missing. So
how old's the kid? How old's Gilby?
Ooh, man, I do not know Ebder very well. I think she's about 10, somewhere in there. I don't know.
So she's completely mobile.
Yes.
Basically
yeah, she can talk. She can get around on her own. Pretty rambunctious, but definitely not a teenager.
Yeah.
That's all I got. I don't usually work too closely with them, so that's just kind of our preliminary information we've assembled for anyone who's heading down there to help us out. But
Mhm.
other than that, obviously feel free to ask them questions about themselves. They don't get, other than the games, they don't usually get a lot of through traffic. So hard to say if they'll be put off or excited to have an opportunity to talk. Sure, a little bit. 6 of one, half a dozen of the other, I'm sure.
But don't bring math into this. I'm not. I'm no. I'm out. And I just sort of sit back in my seat. I'm like, you're doing that. I look over at the other two.
Did we get a list of what these 5 items are?
He has not provided them to you yet, no. So
Okay.
I can give them to you now. He'll actually hand them to you on a written piece of paper, so I will pop them in the chat in a minute, but I will also go over them out loud. So you are looking for a small, sentimental statue of a tree. You are looking for a gold necklace. You are looking for a spell book. It's relatively small as well. And then you are looking for, hang on, let me see quickly. Hold on a minute. I wrote them down. No, I don't write.
Let me get this right. You want me you want to pay Gloria and I to look for this statue of a tree.
Among other things, if you find it, it's an additional 10 gold on top of the finding the perpetrator. If you don't, not a lot we can do, although obviously it would help your case as well to find as many of the missing items as possible.
It's like a hell of a tree.
I don't judge people
Hey, no. Hey, you're paid. I'm getting paid. It's fine. Don't even worry.
All right. Well, in addition to that, you are also looking for a small ring and a jar of something. The noble who came through was not particularly forthcoming about it. But it's semi-viscous in appearance and likely to be magic of some kind, so handle with care.
I don't trust any of that. If it's something terrible, I'm raising my prices and you're paying them.
Of course, we will also take care of any if any injuries are sustained or curses are come across any curses. We don't usually run into curse books down there, but obviously as our first line of defense with the incoming stories, there is the odd curse that you might happen upon. And let me see, does anyone...
It happens.
If anyone wants to make an insight check, feel free.
Yep.
Sure.
Yeah. I got 17 on my insight check. Sort of raise an eyebrow and look in.
That's a natty
for
20
Corinne.
for 22.
All right. So I would say that Brixton, you notice this subtly. Melpomene, you've been seeing this your whole life. When he says the word curse, it is noteworthy how he is looking at anything but you. So he kind of clears his throat and taps his legs and kind of looks at you, all three of you, and just so I was told you guys were all pretty capable. Obviously, you're kind of our local star, and he does kind of pivot over to Melpomene. But I've been told that these two are also quite formidable. So again, if you want to take some time to get to know one another before heading down, let me know. Obviously, if this takes multiple days, lodging and food is completely covered by the Academy.
I should hope so.
All right. Anything else I can answer for you? Or do you guys want some privacy? I don't know how this works exactly.
I'd be ready to just get going.
What kind of time frame are we looking at for all of these things getting stolen?
About a week. It started, well, I don't know how long it's been going on because this is, again, it's a kind of an uncommon occurrence to have this many people coming and going all at once. Up until recently, people have kind of not been traveling to Mitros specifically, if you know what I mean. And he kind of winks at Brixton. Hasn't been the most pleasant tourist destination. However, with the influx of people coming through, we were getting more reports of things kind of mysteriously going missing. So it's been maybe a week we're looking at.
Interesting. All right. And why fireflies?
The least likely thing to interact with any potential magical hazards that come through, and not a danger to the books. So no open flames to risk catching the books on fire. We've had incidents. And obviously no magical light source that could be affected by any sort of strangeness coming through on these books. A lot of them come from outside of Thylia, and you never know what's going to come in on them. You know what I mean?
That's smart. You're smart.
Well, thank you. I mean, I do live and work at an academy, so I try my best. Sorry, what was that, Kryn?
Do you have any reason to suspect any of these 5 people that live down below?
I mean, I would say I don't know any of them well enough to say that they would or wouldn't steal anything. Obviously, if you want to know who my money is on, that would be probably the kid. Kids are a little, you know how kids get. They get a little sneaky, you know, sticky fingers, the whole nine.
Been there myself. Yep.
You were
Have you?
I've been a kid.
Yeah, that checks out.
Anywho, have you heard anything from other members of the academy, such as gossip that may sound absurd, but could potentially have some truth to it?
About this
I just want to hear
specifically.
Of any kind of whisperings of anything having happened here, the theft, anything.
Anybody say they did it?
Well, no one has said they did it. Obviously,
All
that
right.
would make my job a whole lot easier, and my
Ours too, yeah.
pocket a little bit light, a little bit heavier. You know what I mean? But as far as gossip goes, honestly, not a ton of us go down there if we can avoid it. It's a little bit depressing and a little bit claustrophobic. So,
You work in a library. It's all depressing, but okay.
to each his own. I'm not a huge fan of the fighting thing, and he kind of points at your mace, Glory.
You have a problem with Gloria and Stuart and me. You say that to my face, but you hired me. You need me.
I'm sorry.
Oh,
You name your weapons?
No, I named my weapon, and I named my shield, and I hold up my shield too.
Do they come when you call?
What does that have to do with anything? A lot of people wouldn't come when I call their name. That doesn't mean that it's... Listen, Gloria and I have been through a lot more than you probably have, so I don't know. It works for me. We get along fine. Okay.
I want to challenge her, Brix. I don't want you on the bad. I don't want to be on your bad side, so I think you should not get on our bad side either.
Are you saying that too?
I'm saying that to Brixton
Oh yeah.
about Melpomene, like pointing to Melpomene.
Oh well, I wasn't trying to get on her bad side, but she was making fun of my friends. So you gotta stick up for your friends.
I turn around. I'm like, okay, I'm not even going in there anymore.
We're ready. We're ready.
all right.
Okay.
Sounds good. And with that, I will have Thaddeus escort you down, and he kind of gestures back toward the teenage boy who had originally gathered Melpomene and then had come to greet each of you when you arrived about the bounty, so to speak. And
And
he
what
is.
was your name as your character?
My name is. Which one? The boy or the redheaded?
No,
man?
not the boy. The person who's telling us this.
His name was. He didn't introduce himself, but if you asked, he would say his name was Bryce.
Okay. Lead on, Thaddeus. Lead us to the underworld.
I would prefer not to. Okay. And he like turns and he just kind of takes you further down the hallway. And it's kind of like a weird winding set of staircases. It's very like labyrinthine. It's got that feeling of, for the people who know where they're going, it's very methodical, but if you didn't know where you were or what you were doing, it would be very hard to find your way back out. Before he gets down to the bottom of a staircase, and you see a large metal circular hatch, which appears to be reinforced bronze. And you watch him kind of furtively look over your shoulder before like rustling through some keys on his side, and he unlocks the door and opens it and gestures for you to go in. We shouldn't have any need to lock the door behind you. Folks down there, we've just kind of been making sure that if they leave, we know. Obviously, folks down there also have their own keys, so you should be good to go. But
Why would you lock a crime scene? That's fine. I get it.
above my pay grade, and he is going to go ahead and close the door and then turn and walk away. Well, you would assume he walks away. You don't know what he does because you are looking at a large bronze door. And I will go ahead and drop you guys on our map.
He's
to give you an
watching
idea of
us.
what you're looking at.
He's watching us somehow. I don't like it.
All right.
Child?
I'm just looking out suspiciously.
If you're worried about being able to take on a child, I'm not sure you should come along on this venture. You might come across rats.
First of
Corinne will
all,
chuckle at this.
all right. First of all, we're not afraid of a child, and I hit the morning star up against my shield. I go, we're not afraid of a child. Second of all,
Don't hurt Stuart.
all right, I don't like you.
That's a
I don't like you.
common problem.
I like it just fine.
There.
How tall are you, Brixton? You're a dwarf?
Brixton's a gnome.
No.
He's a gnome height, yeah. Did you ask him how tall he is?
Yes.
Oh, tall enough. Why? How tall are you?
Oh. 6 feet. Can't you tell?
I'm sorry to hear that.
Well, I won't be I'll try to warn you if I have beans for lunch.
All right. And I just I think about him like, I don't like them. I look at my shield and I go, the jerks. The jerks is what it is. Let's go.
So I'm sorry. His shield, your mace, and what else has a name? What's the third name? Who is the third name? This is Tammy
Brixton.
asking Ben.
Brixton. Oh, the Morning Star's name is Gloria, and the shield's name is Stuart.
Okay.
And then
okay,
that's Brixton.
Oh, okay. I thought I heard that you had 3 friends.
Morning Glory and Stalwart.
Stuart and Gloria.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. And I'll start walking away, but then I'll turn around. And then I'll point. What am I carrying? My great sword. This is Swordy.
Good to meet you, Swordy.
I'll turn around again.
Your friend has a lot of gas, apparently.
I'm just gonna walk away shaking my head.
All right. So as the
I'm
three
just sorry
of
for
you,
those two.
as the three of you turn and enter this large open foyer, it's the ceilings are much taller than you would have expected, being underground. You know, you'd been told that
Ben.
it was.
Sorry.
Ben's gone.
Microphone or camera issue. Go on.
You had been told that it was a little bit claustrophobic, and so it's surprisingly open. As you look out, you see a large circular room with across the way you see a large spiral staircase that leads downward, and on each side of you there's three inset areas where you see 4 statues and 2 large, comfy-looking chairs. In the center, following the shape of the circle, you have stacks of books upon books. However, the room smells a little bit musty, a little off, and there's a surprising amount of greenery down here. If you didn't know any better, it might suggest someone was overcompensating in their attempt to beautify. As you guys walk in, and the door closes and everything, you just hear a voice call out, "Ebder, is that you? Are you back?" And from downstairs, you hear, "I never left." And as you walk in, you see an older woman, elven woman, long pointed ears, dark skin, wearing a white cloak, surprisingly nice, considering how few people she would receive down here. So as she, hears that from Ebder, she climbs down off of the library book ladder and turns to look at all of you. And who do we have here? What are you doing here?
Pest control and pest control.
Oh,
Also pest control.
excellent. And you pest control as well?
Yep. They're pretty big.
Okay. What
Melpomene.
Melpomene? What did you say your names were?
Melpomene, Brixton, Corin, Glory, Stewart, Sword.
Okay.
Swordy, my apologies.
Okay. Excellent. She kind of pauses and takes this in for a moment, and she's gonna look, at each of you. What type of pests did you say they sent you looking for?
We don't know. That's the thing. We have to go hunting and looking for them.
Okay. Well, if it's about any complaints from the recent guests about bugs, the fireflies are necessary for illuminating our space here. And honestly, the longer you spend down here, the more cozy it feels. They really aren't pests. So hopefully.
No.
No?
We wouldn't consider them pests.
The fireflies aren't pests. They're here to minimize any risk of damage to the books while keeping a natural light source. Everybody knows that.
Perfect. Yes. Excellent. So yes, just if you see Crinkle and you for whatever reason strike up a conversation. Now she's not very talkative, but if for whatever reason it does come up, be a little bit gentle in the way that you describe what you're here for. Crinkle is responsible for the fireflies, and she can get a little bit touchy when they're threatened. So just make sure she knows that you're not here for them, because some of our recent guests have rubbed her the wrong way, if you will.
And I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name.
Oh, I'm Varner. Apologies. I was so taken with the 6 of you that I've completely forgot to introduce myself. Apologies. I am actually responsible for the Firefly Cellar rehabilitation. As you can see, we're putting in a little bit of elbow grease and time and energy and beautifying to make up for some of the damages that we sustained in the recent ongoing weather problems that we've been having in Mitros. And
Have you been to Stygian Row lately?
I don't really leave here very often. Occasionally I'll run out to maybe see a show or something, but no, not normally Stygian Row. Should I visit?
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Tell me more about this beautification project.
Well, as you can see, we've we removed a few of our more damaged sculptures and put in some lovely chairs. I don't know if you're scholars, but if you're going to be staying for longer than a few hours, then obviously you're more than welcome to peruse in between your search for these pests. I assume that it's going to take some time for you to find them, as I've lived down here for decades and never come across anything other than the fireflies. So, if you want to take advantage of any of our amenities, please let us know. And then I do ask that you don't disturb our other guest currently staying with us. Cthulhu's been doing some research into some of the folklore of the area, and she's taken a particular interest in some of the more rare books that come in from outside of Thylia. We've had, the odd diving expedition comes back with, sometimes ships sink with libraries comes back with stacks of books, and Cthulhu is kind of taking advantage of the opportunity to take a look through them first, obviously. So she's a bit busy with that. So I do ask that you don't disturb her.
And have you seen anything here? Any signs of infestation? Tracks, things being moved unexpectedly? Taken, perhaps?
Broken.
Well,
Or nibbled, because we're pest control.
Nibbled. Occasionally we do misplace the odd book, but and she gestures up to the bookcases around her, which are, kind of in the process of being sorted, kind of continuously. There's just kind of stacks all over the place. That's not an uncommon occurrence, it's such a small space, and there's so many books, and we don't communicate very much unless we absolutely need something. So it's not uncommon. Things do occasionally go missing. I myself lost my favorite pen recently. So if you do find that in the mouth of you said what pests? Rats? What did you say?
We
didn't say what kind of pest.
Didn't say.
We don't
Excellent. If you do find one in a nest or something, just let me know, because I would love to have my lucky pen back.
Anything that would identify it?
Well, it is of a rather ornate carving. It's delicate. It's actually enchanted. So it's nothing fancy, of course, but it doesn't require any kind of ink or lead. So you can tell it by the delicate woodwork that is crafted. It's full of small holes and carvings that you wouldn't be able to get with a non-enchanted object. So I've had it for about 200 years now. So of course a little bit.
You misplaced it now?
Well, I mean, it's gone missing for brief periods before, but there's always, you get older, you forget things. It's a little. I'm not thrilled about it, but it happens.
And you said these statues are recent replacements?
Oh, so the statues have actually been here since before I got here, but no, actually the two armchairs here, and she gestures to the northmost end of the map and the southmost end of the map, if you're looking at it, where there are two large comfy chairs that have been put into those nooks. And so as you're looking, you can see that the nooks match where the statues had been. And instead, now there's big cushioned chairs there. So the chairs are new, but the statues actually are quite old. Occasionally at night, I will hear some skittering or movement outside my door.
What do you think those are?
I mean, we have a child here, and Crinkle keeps odd hours, so it's nothing I've cared to think too much about. But
You have a skittering child?
I mean, I don't know what she gets up to. She's not my child.
That's fair.
Could I go investigate the statues?
Yeah, absolutely. Which one do you want to look at?
Start with top left. Closest
Top
one.
left. All right. So, as you approach it, you look up and you can see that it is a tall figure who, at first glance, it appears to be positioned much in the way that like a knight would be. So, standing tall and dignified. What almost looks like a helmet on their head, hands as though holding a sword, but the closer you look, the more the details begin to pop out that this is a scholar that has been positioned to look like a hero. There is no nameplate. However, if you'd like to make an investigation check to see if there's anything like off about it or anything you're missing, feel free.
That's a natural 1 for a total of 2.
Excellent. It is made of stone, and it's other than that, it looks pretty stable. It looks like it's kind of been almost. It wasn't carved into the wall there, but it definitely nothing makes it look like anything weird or untoward would be happening with it.
Varner, you have to
Yeah.
take us for fools, and I don't appreciate that. You think you could just slip things underneath our notice just because we're pest control? And I don't think that's fair, because we don't want to be a part of anything illegal or untoward. And you told us that you've been sorting the odd books here and there, but you never. And I hit my shield to my Morningstar shield. Said, "You never told us what you're doing with the even ones."
Oh well, isn't that charming?
Didn't we catch them? We caught them, right? Isn't that what we're? All right, I want to check a statue, and I just like get up and I walk over to one of the statues. Like,
All right. As you come around, you see it's a very similar setup. If you were to compare notes, you would see that they're very similar in like position and pose. It's just the face that's different. If you want to go ahead and make an investigation check, feel free.
yeah,
Oh, which
4.
one are you in? Which one? Oh, okay. It doesn't matter then. I was going to ask which one you were investigating.
the correct one.
Very similar takeaway. Very large, very heavy, made of stone. Varner is going to kind of look off to where Brixton wandered away and look over at Corinne and say, so, is there anything I can help you with before I get back to sorting my books? If you need anything in terms of food or any kind of assistance, we do have Crinkle running around. She does sometimes bring breakfast, but the kitchens are downstairs, and your lodging will be downstairs. And honestly, if you don't mind doing me a small favor, I do have these books that need to be taken down to Ebder. And she kind of like walks over to the center of the room where you see about a waist-high railing, maybe 3 feet tall, that is just goes around to the entirety of the center of the room, and there's a hole that goes straight down where you can see now that if you walk over behind her, I'm assuming you followed.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
If you were to walk behind her, you look down, you see a large round table that has chairs all the way around it and small lanterns in the front. You see a human man sitting at the table, his nose kind of in a book down there, and she kind of gestures down to him. If you would take some books down to him, I'd use the book the book pulley system, but it hasn't been as sturdy lately. Just getting old, I suppose. And she gestures to a small pulley system that is set up. It's basically like a wicker basket that is kind of falling apart in places. And she looks over at you and kind of holds the books out expectantly.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and grab them because obviously.
She hands them off, and I'm assuming that you're relatively strong. I'm trying to remember now. Yes, you are quite strong. She hands them off to you in a way that indicates that they were really hard for her to carry, but you're not phased. So if you, additionally, something that you would have noticed when you got to the center of the room is the large hanging sculpture of a book in the middle, made of stone, hanging from the ceiling, with the inscription on it that says, "Be curious," in all caps. So she hands him to you. She says, "The staircase is right down the way, and you can tell him that that you need to be shown your lodging. I'm in the middle of some very important work here." And she kind of takes a few steps back toward her ladder and looks over her shoulder at you, waiting to see if you're gonna walk away.
I'm just gonna kind of look up, look at her. I'm gonna see this, and I'm gonna kind of look to see where Mel and Brixton are, if they're gonna be kind of making their way.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for the time being, I don't think that there's anything more for me.
I would walk down in that direction. Is Varner still nearby?
Yeah, so Varner went back to where she was at the when you guys got here, which is kind of in the second row of bookshelves. I'll go ahead and kind of ping her.
Yeah.
And she, once Corinne started to walk away, she climbed back up on her little book ladder and begins readjusting one of the green fern-like plants to make it a little more lush and full.
Can I ask you a question? Well, two questions now.
Oh, of course. Anything I can do to help.
All right. The second one, you said that the pulley system was not working right. I heard you say that to my
Yeah. That's correct.
coworker. So what's wrong with it exactly? Because I could take a look at it. Gloria's kind of a good with repairs.
Oh, I honestly am not very. I'm much better at tinkering with books and bindings than I am with mechanisms. But if I had to guess, the basket's just getting a little old and worn, and there's a little bit of a loose jiggling to the hinge
On it,
use it.
and I just walk over, and I'm just gonna
Excellent.
I'm gonna try and put can I reach the pulley, the top of the pulley, or where it is?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's actually just the two ropes, and then the basket would be right in front of you.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna reach over, pull the ropes, pull the basket over. Can I look at the basket?
Yeah, absolutely. So when you look inside, you actually see two small straw dolls. One of which is holding what at first glance appears to be a paintbrush. On closer look is a paintbrush that has been decorated to look like a scythe. The second doll is also made of straw and is missing its feet.
Okay. These don't look like anything that was mentioned on the list. Okay. Let me see. I'm gonna look at these. Turn around. Let's see. Are you looking for these straw dolls?
Me? No, I didn't know that we had straw dolls there. I would assume that those belong to Galeby.
Okay. Can I deliver them?
Of course.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, of course.
All right. I'm gonna tap the side of the pulley system with my Morning Star to assess if there's anything that I can hit that will help fix it.
All right.
Can I
Make an investigation check, I guess.
Yay. Nat 1.
Beautiful. You could try it's not, you've never seen anything quite like this before, but, you know, if you wanted to
All right,
give it a
sometimes
shot.
these things just need to get knocked loose, Varner, so you just stay back for a little bit. I'm going to see what I can do. Just give me a second here. And I just like swing over to where the top of it, where where Varner was indicating a minute ago.
Okay, this is almost certainly not necessary, but go ahead and make an attack roll.
Does a 12 hit?
A 12 does hit. Go ahead and do damage. Roll damage.
11.
Yeah, so not only do you break the pulley system, you knock the entire rig clear off of the stone that it's been anchored to, and the whole thing just comes loose and kind of falls and clatters down below, and you just hear a kind of an angry voice go, "Hey, what are you doing up there? Could have hurt me."
All
The
hail
straw dolls.
Gloria, killer of pulleys.
Yeah. Well, honestly, I think this was more the straw dolls. I think that they must have damaged the system somehow, but I got them back, so you're welcome. I'm gonna go down. I'm gonna join with Corinne. Be like, all right, well, I found the dolls we were looking for. Assuming we were looking for dolls.
I don't remember being told about dolls.
Well, then we're ahead of the game. What are we doing next?
Well, we're supposed to be bringing these books down to Ebder, and he's going to show us our lodgings.
All right, ready when you are. What about you, McClumany?
Could I just take a quick look at the plants that are down here? Is there enough light for them to survive based on what I know?
Go ahead and make a nature check.
I only have a +1 on nature. You'd think I'd be better at that. And that's a natural 1.
I mean, they're alive now.
Okay, good enough. Good, keep it on.
Y'all are on it tonight. I love to see it.
Just
okay.
gotta get the bad rolls out now.
Yeah, get him out of the way.
I succeeded with my repair check,
It's true.
so I'm fine.
You did fix that pulley system. That it is no longer broken.
You
Because
made
it is
it
no
worse.
longer there.
Worse or better?
Alright, so am I right in assuming you guys head downstairs?
Yes.
Yeah.
We're
Okay.
done with Zim today. For now.
Beautiful.
For the scene.
Beautiful. Alright, I'm just kind of arranging you guys, however, for this, but so as you guys come down the stairs, you see this level of the stacks is significantly more musty. It smells a lot worse down here. The concentric rings that you saw upstairs continue on, although a couple of them appear to have fallen over, one way or the other. You see in front of you the small round table that would be directly below the hanging book sculpture, and at it you see a human man who's kind of beginning to bald. His hair is gray with a bit of black in it. Definitely looks like he's aging a bit prematurely for whatever reason. And
Lack
you
of
see him,
sunlight.
I mean, and he's just kind of sitting there, like moving books from one pile to another. On his right, you see a stack of kind of like moldy, kind of crumbling books, and on the left, you see kind of more torn, tattered books. And so he's kind of keeping to himself.
Is he sorting by how they were damaged? I heard that guy Dewey does it, and it makes less sense every time I hear more. All right, what do you want to ask?
Well, you've got a delivery to make, I think.
Yep. I'm gonna go up to the desk and I'm gonna resist the urge to just plop the books down in front of him because he probably has a system. I'm gonna ask him where he wants these books from Varner, and and then he would potentially show us our lodgings.
So he kind of looks up at you. Well, thanks for asking, I guess. Why don't you put him over there, and he'll gesture like 2 chairs over because he's so spread out on that table that's kind of the closest open spot. And he kind of looks up at you and says like, I'm sorry, did you say I was supposed to show you where you're staying?
Yes.
Yeah.
We're exterminators. We're here to find the pests that have been causing problems. So we're here to start investigating. Yet we're not quite sure what we're looking for, but Bryce sent us down here and said we'd have lodging and food provided while we work.
Bryce.
Bryce, isn't he kind of like a glorified, I don't know, receptionist or something?
Is there a way that sentence ends that doesn't apply to everybody in this building? Are you a glorified? What are you doing with the books?
I certainly don't deal with the public. I am sorting the books. Thank you for asking. As you can see here, these are the ones that are salvageable, hopefully. These are the ones that are beyond repair, and I get to copy these word for word later today.
I was right.
Congratulations. So I'm assuming that Varner promised my services. What, a guide, a bellhop of sorts?
I mean, we can go through and look for it ourselves, but I don't know if you'd like the results of our search.
No.
Yeah, I'm not exactly stealthy or quiet, so
Oh God, please
you
be
may not
quiet.
want me searching.
Just put my daughter to bed. Please be quiet. I'll
Your
take
daughter?
you. I'll take you.
Is your daughter missing some dolls?
I don't know. She hasn't said anything. Why?
We found these dolls made of straw.
Oh. I mean, I can give them. I can ask if you want to return them. Do you need them for anything? I'm sure she'd enjoy them.
We don't want to give them to the wrong person.
All right. Well, if you want to hold on to them, I can ask her tomorrow morning.
All right. Well, I'm gonna watch out for these dolls, and you can hop your bells.
Okay. All right. Well, follow me. And he kind of like sets his books down a little too aggressively and like stands up and just says like, Varner, we only have 2 rooms. And Varner says, oh, I know. I'm sure that they can figure something out. They're a team of sorts. You just kind of hear carrying down from upstairs, and he just goes like, all right, well, you guys are going to have to share at least 1 room. We've only got 2.
Oh, I'm sure not going to share a room with a male.
I'm sure that Brix has to share with his weapons anyway, so...
All of his friends, so yeah.
Hey, we can share a bed. That's fine. I don't mind sharing a room with... No, I'm saying we can share a bed. I hit my shield. I said we can share a bed. You can take whatever bed you want.
That is not my business, so he's gonna kind of do an about face and walk away. And just is in that way that like he's just assuming that you're following him. He's not like paying a whole lot of attention to you guys.
I'm just gonna turn and follow him because I'm not gonna miss a chance for a room.
When he's not paying attention, I'm just gonna take a couple of books and move them over to the to transcribe pile.
Ooh.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. Okay. We're doing that. All right. Just in case. Go ahead and make a stealth check. Just in case. Or sleight of hand. Sorry.
Sleight of hand? Okay.
Sleight of hand.
I'll kind of use my body to put myself between them.
That's a 10.
And
All right.
Mel.
All right. Yeah, I would have given you advantage, but honestly, that's good enough because he is not paying close attention. I just wanted to see if you'd critical fail again.
Love it.
So he just turns and leads you straight down, and is kind of assuming that you're following. If you guys want to kind of try to take a quick look as you're going, you can go ahead and make a perception check. Otherwise, I'm just going to kind of assume you're following him.
22.
Oh! Alright. Anybody else?
Person doesn't understand what he's seeing, but he sees it.
Perception, yeah. 15.
Perception.
11 for Corinne.
Alright, so all three of you see the two doors at opposite ends of the room. So you've got one directly to the north, one directly to the south. Let's see. Melpomene and Brixton, you guys would be able to make out that there is kind of an inconsistent flickering of light coming from the room to the north. That doesn't quite match the same flickering that's happening in here from the fireflies. Let's see. You would also notice that the bookcases directly, Brixton would notice that the bookcases at the far, if you're looking at the map, the far northwest corner of the circle there, there is like a small area that's kind of been like pushed aside. So there's like a large gap in between the books at like about your height, like about waist level for a medium-sized humanoid, but about the same height as you. As you kind of like walk down, so you kind of like are able to clock that on your way over. Everything else is kind of just messy stacks of books that is like very deliberately been kind of pushed to the sides. So Abder's gonna lead you guys downstairs, take you to your rooms. So if I'm gonna move y'all down to the downstairs area. Boop. All right, so you guys enter a significantly more. This is more in line with what you were expecting. A significantly more claustrophobic hallway. The walls are at this point where they had been kind of like a clean, smooth, dry stone above. They're slightly damp, not stacked as evenly, definitely not like smooth. And as you make your way down, the flickering of the fireflies is a little bit less. There's less of them down here. As you make your way through this hallway, it's cold and drafty, and it just not very welcoming as you make your way down the hallway. Abder brings you into a room at the far end of the hallway, where you see a small stove, a small sink, and about a trunk-sized box that has like a small lock on the front of it. He pivots to the side, brings you down this hallway here. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, you know what? I should be removing doors. I just remembered that I have dynamic lighting on. I'm new to dynamic lighting. Hang on, let me fix this.
I still don't get it.
Okay, hang on, I can do this. So, okay, starting over. Okay. So he leads you down the hallway. At the end of the hallway, there's a kitchen. And then he makes a hard right out of the kitchen over here to another hallway. And on each side of the hallway, there are 3 doors. So on the left, you see a door marked 1, and then 2, 3, and then on the right, you see 7, 6, 5. So they kind of make the shape of a U. So he gestures to the first door and he says, all right, so here's your lodgings for whichever of you wants to stay in this room. I will ask that you be polite, please. My daughter is in the next room sleeping, and you can see on the door of that room in the middle here, boop, boop, a like taped up, ripped piece of paper that like looks like it may have had writing on it at one point, that has like large like poorly written Galeby, and then kind of like a drawing of a girl. And he kind of gestures over to this room and says, my daughter's sleeping in there. If you're going to be in the room next to her, please try to keep it quiet. She gets kind of distressed at night. Anybody? Any takers?
What do you mean stressed?
What do I mean stressed? She has nightmares.
That's definitely your room, Brixton.
All right.
So, go ahead.
No, I sleep quiet.
Right,
Stuart snores.
Stuart. Okay, I was told that.
Don't
I thought
worry
there were
about
only.
it.
Okay.
His
All right,
imaginary
you don't-
friends.
Don't have to tell me twice. And he kind of pivots back over and makes his way further down the hallway. So he gestures to the room 1, room 2. This is my daughter Galeby's room. Again, please try to leave her be. Apologies if she wants to know what you're doing. She likes to interact with the people who come through here. We don't usually get a lot of traffic. This room over here is mine. And he points to the room 3, which is right over here. I don't know if y'all can see it. Can you see it?
No.
No.
Also, where's room 4? Where's room 4?
It is occurring to me that this was not a great idea. Dynamic lighting. I'm gonna just turn it off.
Well, we're gonna see everything if you turn it off.
That's fine. I don't have any secrets. I was just trying to be fancy. There we go. Beautiful. All right. Can you see things now?
Yes.
Yes, we can see everything. Yes,
Yay.
wonderful things. So wait,
Wonderful
which? So this is door 4 over here at the far side.
So this is, that would be 4 would be straight at the end of the hallway. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So you're in this room over here. It's gonna make a lot more sense. This is gonna be Brixton's room, and then Galeby, Ebder is here. 3rd room down. There's a room at the very end of the hallway that has 4 on it, and then the room directly across from Ebder's room says 5, and he's gonna make his way over there and kind of gesture to the remaining 2 of you and say, this is our other room. If you'd like to stay, it's a little bit cramped, but shouldn't be too bad.
All right.
Works for me.
And so
Alright,
there's
well-
5 beds in this room?
There are not 5 beds in that room.
Oh.
That is, that's no. There's.
It's one of those. That's the mystery of the session. It's one of those sliding block things. Like whichever bed you have to get out to the door is how you win.
Just maneuver it.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it is cramped, but there are not 5 beds. That's. I took this artwork from someone who generously provided it, and I don't want to explain why there's 5 beds in there because I don't know. So we will move forward. Look, I didn't want to take the time to make it, so I am just grateful that it exists. So yeah, he'll point you guys in the direction of that room, and then next to you is going to be Cthulhu. Approach with caution at your own risk. She's a talker. And then first room over here on the right, room 7. That's Varner's room. Try to stay out of there. She likes her privacy. I mean, so do I, but I don't have anything, so by all means.
Fair enough.
Anything else I can get you?
What was
While
in that
I'm-
chest in the kitchen there?
Oh, that's where Crinkle keeps her like food goods when she goes to the market. So like breads and wines and anything that she whips together for us in the morning.
So
Am I in? I'm sorry. Go ahead. Sorry.
I just said so a pantry.
Yes, a small, like, icebox shaped pantry.
All right.
Can I let myself into my room number 1,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Go ahead and
I'm just going to go in there.
pop you in.
Close the door behind me. What is there anything that I see when I get here, or what do I?
So first glance, you see a small table and 2 beds, and then what appears to be like a small like wash basin in one of the corners of the room. Nothing else remarkable jumps out. If you wanted to kind of like take a second to look around, you could feel free, but that's up to you.
No, I'm gonna make a note to look in a little bit. I'm gonna lean down. I'm gonna go. By the way, if Beth is here, my apologies. That'll make sense in a second. But I'm gonna say, all right. If there are any pests here, anything people call pests because they're idiots, let me know. We should probably talk. And I'm gonna use my speak with small beasts. Just whispering out there.
All right.
Just keep it all quiet because people see us. I'll have to. It'll get complicated. It doesn't have to be anything. I'm just trying.
No. That's a gnome thing.
Yeah, I can. I just naturally have speak
God.
with small or smaller beasts.
Look at that. All right. Nothing immediately responds to you, but
All right.
duly noted.
Well, I'm gonna call Stuart, Gloria, Kid here, so, and I'm gonna crawl into bed, and just moments later, they'll just hear some snoring on the other side of the door.
Anything y'all would like to do?
So,
Since the girl is sleeping and he's just jumped in bed, I'm assuming we are late in the day, potentially bedtime-ish.
Yes. Your internal clock would feel like it's evening. About dinner time, maybe slightly after. But you get the feeling that it doesn't really make a big difference down here.
That's fair, yeah. I'll turn to and look to Mel. Anything you want to do, or should we get some shut-eye and get at her in the morning?
Well, it seems like maybe we've got the run of the place down here for the moment. Maybe we should take a look around.
I wouldn't mind some. Is Ebner standing right beside us, or did he leave us and we're standing in our room?
Yes, Ebner, once you guys went in your room, Ebner just went back up to his studies. So.
I'll say to Mel, I wouldn't mind. I'm up for some snooping, exploring.
All right. Let's. So we know we know this one here has people in it.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
The 2 in the middle, across from one another, have an occupant,
Right.
and the other 4 are unoccupied, with the exception of Brixton.
Well, could I test the door at this one here?
Sure. So you kind of like go to turn the handle, and it's locked.
Any idea how to pick locks?
Oh, can I? I don't think I have that ability. I have alchemist supplies. I mean, I could probably blow the door up.
I don't think
This might be a little disruptive.
I want it on the record that I genuinely thought we were going to sleep for the night. I wasn't excusing myself from the scenes. I completely misread, but I'm going to stick with that. I'm going to commit to it.
Are you sure?
I mean,
That's fine.
I'm not asleep yet, but I'm in there.
You're like settling.
Mm-hmm.
Could I try
so
to
do you guys
jimmy
wanna-
the lock with my dagger?
All right. You know what? Why don't let's have you make a sleight of hand check at disadvantage.
I mean, at least I've got good dexterity. It's 8.
It does not appear to be a dagger-shaped keyhole, unfortunately. So it rattles a little bit, and no reaction to being messed with. But it also doesn't shock you or anything, so that's good.
That's true, but
And it is in fact a lock, so that's one up on a lot of things.
It's not a mimic.
No,
Gotta be careful. Gotta be careful down
I didn't
here.
even check that.
You think that like the mimics existed before doors, and they were just like, I got an idea, but I'm gonna need to wait to pull it off. That is the stupidest thing I've ever said. I'm sorry, that is not contributing to the session.
I don't know, man. You asked what we do with the even ones earlier. That was up there.
I waited like 5 minutes to make that joke, and I wasn't even sure it was worth it.
I liked it, but
Do we have a pair? Tammy's mom asked if we have a hairpin.
I mean, I don't have hair, so...
I kind of do, but I didn't say that it was like in an updo or anything. I didn't come in with my prom updo.
Let's test the other two doors, at least.
Alright,
so
so-
start with Ebner's room.
yep. All right, so his door's unlocked.
Okay.
So you kind of walk in, you see a bed, a rug on the floor. It's a little more homey than either of the rooms that you guys were let into. There's a small round wooden table with a stack of books on it that are actually intact compared to some of the other books you saw him working with upstairs. And then there is a trunk to the left of the bed.
Allie, I sent you something on Discord privately.
Shoot.
Is the trunk locked?
No, it is not.
Okay.
So if you want to go ahead and look through it, you can make an investigation check.
Okay. Let's see if I
Wanna,
can get another one on this. Ooh, I went with 4. It's a total of 5.
Yeah, there's it's mostly just clothing, couple of odd knickknacks, he's got, there's a couple more books in there, a small sack with some coins in it, and then nothing terribly remarkable in the chest.
I wanna which chest was it? Can you ping where you just were?
Ooh, yes.
In
Sorry,
Ebner's
I'm not
room.
moving everybody around, but yeah, right here, next
Okay.
to the bed. So if you
I'm
want
just
to
gonna-
have heard them at this point, yeah.
Yeah, I just want to open my door and come out and just look at them. I'm just holding my morning star and my other hand's empty, and I just look at them and say, are you still up? You just hear the snoring coming from the other room. And say, are you two? What are you? Are you looking for things now?
Is there any advantage to waiting?
Sleep. But okay. Alright. I can earn my keep. And I come over and just say, so what are you looking for? How can we help?
Can you do anything with doors? Locked doors?
Yeah. Can you? I look at my morning star. What do you think?
Do you
Quietly?
Do you really have to talk to them? This is so weird. Can you unlock the door?
If it's weird, I could just choose not to talk to you.
I mean, if I have a choice.
You do. So I'm a palming, and I go over the door, and I'm just I think I can probably try and break this, or I can try and yeah. Ellie, is there any way in hell I can try and quietly smash a lock? I don't expect a lot here, but I just...
Oh boy.
I will let you try, but I will say it's going to be a pair of checks. So I'll have you make a stealth check and an attack roll.
Give me a second. Give me a second.
Actually, the is it one of those keyholes you can see through?
Yes. Is now. I don't know. Yeah.
All right. Well, give me this. Hang on. Step to one side. Back up. Back up. Back up. And I'm going to cast Misty Step. I'm going to Misty Step through the keyhole.
This is why you never agree with a player without asking why they're asking. I have learned that so much.
All right. Well, so Brixton and Corinne. Sorry, I keep wanting to pronounce your name wrong. Sorry about that.
Like Corin.
Yeah. It's almost like I set you up for failure. So you guys watch as Melpomene kind of like leans down and peeks through and then just is gone. And we will actually, that's a good spot for a break.
You still need me to break this? I look through the keyhole.
I would think probably not for the moment.
Okay, I'm sorry. I did not intend for him to be like a disaster himbo. I actually wanted him to be a serious character and then just escalated.
I love how every single person in this group is just real salty, real sarcastic.
Yeah.
I don't think we have a positive charisma modifier across the board.
All three of you have a -1 charisma modifier. I just want to throw that out there.
Perfect.
Awesome.
That's perfect.
I've been waiting for you guys to try to make like a persuasion or an intimidation, but we'll get there.
Yeah.
We'll get there.
Yeah. So how long is the break?
I think we normally 15 minutes?
15
10
is
minutes?
what we usually set, yeah.
Let's take the 15.
All
All
right.
right.
I will bring us over.
See you in a bit.
See you soon. Are we away?
We're back.
Woo! Welcome back. All right.
Hello. Congratulations, it's me.
Okay. I think we can just jump right back in. So, well, Pomini, you had just misty stepped inside of this mysterious room at the end of the hallway, and Corinne and Brixton, you guys are standing in the hallway outside, just looking at a place where your partner, co-worker, whatever, had just been. I believe Misty Step is silent, correct?
Yeah, doesn't mention anything that would be
All right, yep.
too loud.
Go ahead and... what do you want to do now that you're in the room?
Can I open the door from this side?
You can.
All right.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Perfect.
I didn't realize we had that kind of budget for this
Oh
stream.
yeah, we got sound effects. All right. Let's. Is there somebody in here? It looks like there's somebody in here.
There is. So as you look around behind you, you see the ceilings of this room are covered in larval fireflies, so like glowworms. And so the light in this room is significantly dimmer than outside. And so as you turn, you don't notice right away, but you see hanging in the back corner between two solid stone posts on a kind of a tattered hammock, like a small to medium-sized humanoid creature that's just kind of bundled up in blankets and stuff.
Okay. I'm going to use my nature's mantle to hide, because I think if it's that dark, I should be able to be obscured.
Yep. That's probably correct. I'm trusting you.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah. Lightly obscured. Yeah, I would call it. Go ahead and make a stealth check.
All right. Uh, 21.
21. All right. No movement, no motion from the humanoid hanging in the hammock behind you.
Okay. I'm going to immediately suppress my "oh shit, there's somebody in here" reflex.
Important to
Since
have.
I do seem like there's a. I'm stealthy. Can I check the room, see if there's anything here that would sort of obviously be the source of everything?
Yeah. So if you want to go ahead and make a perception check, you can go ahead and do that.
Right.
You have dark vision, right?
I don't think I do.
Check.
Explore.
Yes, you do.
Oh, I do. Oh, that's unusual for me. I don't know what to do with. Oh, how about that? All right.
All right. Sorry. What was your perception check?
That's a 1, so 6.
All
We're
right.
up to natural 1, number 3 here.
Beautiful. So yeah, you don't see much. You're maybe a little distracted by your oh shit response to like really take in the room. So the two of you, the door swings open slowly, and you see kind of like a very dimly lit room, and the back of Melpomene's head. For a minute, actually. Hang on. And then she hides, and you don't see anyone.
Welcome, Fatima. Ali is DMing today, and we all rolled the angsty one for our character, and
To be
it's
fair,
going
I
great.
rolled angsty first, like
You
way
did.
before everyone else.
That's very true. It's the character concept equivalent of, remember, we can't all side with an X. What was I gonna say? All right, so I want to look in. So since I have dark vision because everybody in 5th edition does, would I be
Everyone
able
but
to?
Tammy.
What?
I said everyone but Tammy.
Oh,
Go ahead.
I gotta check my dark vision privilege. So I'm gonna. Can I have an easier? Is Melpomene just gone?
If you're gonna look around, I'll let you make a perception check.
Okay. I'll look around. I'm gonna roll 10.
Melpomene is gone.
Fuck. Alright, Gloria, stay ready. You're on lookout.
Yeah, I would say with 10, you don't even really notice the figure in the corner. It just looks like a hammock.
Yeah, I'm gonna look around. So is there anything for me to notice here with this door closed? Or with this door open at a 10? I'm not sure if there's any context for me to look for. Anything interesting here?
I mean,
Yeah.
if you wanted to like look around, you could, but you'd have to like get in the room and start looking.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk around and I'm gonna pace around the room quietly, stealthily clanking around, looking for anything of interest, just doing the rounds,
Yep,
as it were.
Let's start with the stealth check.
Yeah. Okay.
As one does.
Yeah. With disadvantage, it's a 22.
What? That's awesome. Okay, congratulations.
Actually, no. With disadvantage, it's a 20. Sorry.
20, excuse me. Well, that changes everything.
I start clanking. I just go, Stuart, shh. And I just keep walking.
Yeah. So go ahead and make an investigation check.
Oh wait, I don't have Stuart with me. He's sleeping. So I'm gonna roll an investigation check. An 8.
An 8. All right. Nothing jumps out at you. You start kind of like going along the walls, but like the second that you kind of put your hands on the wall, you feel like wet, squirming, kind of like gross bugs underneath your hands. So you're not really able to like touch and trace the walls very well.
Hello,
As you
little
come
ones.
around, you do eventually see the figure as you get closer.
Hello, little ones. What are you doing here? Who's that then? I say to the wall.
No, make a persuasion check.
Speak with animals is just the most. All it is just throwing improv words at the DM while they're in the middle of something. That's all that ability is.
I do appreciate that they don't have to talk back.
I got a 3.
Yeah, no, they don't seem to respond. They just kind of continue to wriggle.
You get your rest. All right, I'm gonna look at Corinne and see if she wants to do anything.
I'm gonna try to exit the room.
Okay.
That's fair.
Yeah, I would say that with that stealth roll, you are fine.
And I'm gonna come all the way back to the other end.
What?
Sneak
What are
past
you
all
up
you.
to?
We have been hoodwinked and deceived.
And then I'll peek my head around the corner and be like, "What are you guys up to?"
What the hell? How? What?
Well, Pomini's hiding in here.
Yeah, go ahead and also make a stealth check because the door's open now. So, Tammy, if you'd be so kind.
This won't be good, I'm sure, because I got disadvantage.
I mean, so did Ben.
5 and 5.
I take it back. So as you kind of like react instinctively, I'll say, Brixton, you'd be the first to notice because you're so close, but all three of you kind of hear like a strange rustling coming from the hammock, and then kind of like a little like trilling whistle, like a.
They okay in there? I'm gonna use my my speak with small beast feat to see if I can communicate with them at all.
So you turn to say that, and as you do, a medium-sized humanoid sits up out of the hammock and just... Everything okay?
Everything's okay. You can go back to sleep.
Oh dear, I'm sorry. Didn't realize there was anybody in the room. Our apologies. Oh goodness,
sleep.
close the door.
Back
And
to
like
sleep.
kind of glares at you, Brixton. Back to sleep.
Back to sleep. Alright. Night, little nightingale. I'm just gonna slowly, quietly walk out of the room. I close the door. Go. Could have gone worse. Could have gone a lot worse.
And you just hear as the door locks behind you.
That seems unnecessary. Didn't help the first time. I guess if they're out there, I look at Corinne and go, well, we messed that up, didn't we?
Was that supposed to be Cthulhu?
No, that was Crinkle.
Sorry, Crinkle?
That was
Yeah.
Crinkle.
You could probably assume that. If you've ever seen a Kanku before.
See, what rooms have we not checked?
You have not checked the two that are occupied, and then the room 7, which is at the front of the hallway, the first on the right.
I want to just go over to room 7 first. I look at Corinne and go, and not speaking to me, so you don't have to say anything back, but just so you know, for accountability, I'm going to room 7, and if you hear any agonized screaming, and I just Gonna walk over there and sort of call over my back. You can follow me if you want, but your call.
Absolutely no guidance at all. Just.
Yeah.
And then just to reiterate, you guys were told that that's Varner's room.
Yep.
All right. So do you guys want to try to go in?
I'm gonna try and go in. Yeah.
All right. So this room is
As
also. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, as I'm going towards there, wherever Mel was poking her head out of, I'm gonna kind of look at her like, "What did you see in there? What was that?" Oh. Okay.
Yeah, nothing interesting. I figured I'd best get out of there before something woke up.
Well,
Someone.
you kind of did. Yeah, you kind of did.
I assumed
It's just-
someone, but all I saw was a hammock. I didn't want to assume.
All right. So if you guys tried the door, it is also locked.
I'm looking. I'm just gonna sigh for a second. Does it bother any of you that light was weird up there? Up when we were letting us down.
It's hardly the only weird thing that we've seen so far tonight. Let's face it. That room was full
Yeah.
of things.
Yeah, we've met someone that talks to their weapons. So come on.
When did you
No
do that?
offense.
I've been with you the whole time. When did that happen?
Mel, you want to do this? Try doing the same thing to get into this room.
I would rather not, actually. Not unless we're gonna get to sleep tonight. Like, shortly afterwards. I can only do it a certain number of times in a day.
Oh, that's fair.
Really? Because all right. Well, I got mine, and I don't need to rest before I do it.
So Varner's door, you said, was locked. Yeah.
I am going to. I hate myself for this. I am going to take off part of
yeah.
I'm gonna let me see, what do I have here. Someone in the chat mentioned that you can wrap a lock in like leather or cloth before you break it and it dulls the sound.
Okay.
And I'm trying to figure out if I have anything to use that for.
Oh.
I'm gonna just totally break the game using suggestions from the audience, but I don't know if I have any clothes that I can use that for. That's my limit. I can't think of anything I have in here.
I was gonna say you weren't in the room, but there are clothes in that chest. If you made it clear.
Oh wait, which chest? Which room?
In Ebder's room, he had a chest full of clothing.
Yeah, I want to do that.
All
I want to take some Ebder's clothing, and I want to come back. I want to take like something, like some sort of cloth, and I want to wrap it. I'm gonna look at Gloria and go, "All right, you got this. Stuart's taking a nap, so we can't mess this up." And I'm gonna try and smash the lock as quietly as possible.
All right. So this time I will let you make your stealth check with advantage, and I will go ahead and make your attack roll.
I'm making a stealth check with advantage?
Yeah.
All right, so that cancels out to just regular roll.
Regular roll.
Wow.
That'll be a 21 and an 18.
Wow. All right. Shoot. Not even gonna roll to see what you get for advantage because you don't need it.
I'm gonna smash it. Can I break it? Can I smash it?
Shoot. Yeah, absolutely.
I do 6 damage. I don't know how much it can take.
Let's see. I'm trying to remember. Yep. So yeah, that's enough. So the doorknob just clean breaks off. Just you're able to like catch it quietly.
I'm gonna tap the Morning Star against the door and goes, "See? Benefits to have a rogue in the group. Good job, Gloria."
Gloria the Rogue.
Yeah. And I am going to open the door.
All right. So as the door swings open,
Thank you, Jim. Sorry.
No, it's all good. Credit where credit is due. Okay, so door swings open. You see, in lieu of a traditional bed, you see like a very large sort of like cushion that would almost resemble like a giant like beanbag sort of setup, like just very like tall and just very like giant pillow. And then lining two of the walls are bookshelves that are just fully stocked. Then to the right, you've got a desk and another one of those cushy chairs that seems to be of the same make and style as the ones that Varner was kind of bragging about installing upstairs.
Nobody reads this much. This room is suspicious as hell.
Nobody? You're in a building full of books.
Yeah, and people check them out one at a time. That's the point.
Some people also collect them, just to have them.
Yeah, and we gotta keep a watch on those people. So you're gonna help me search, or you're just you're gonna take this at face value?
Let's start snooping around.
Then we agree. Okay. I want to start searching the bookshelves. Hold on, wait. If you want to search with me, I can give you the help action. How many things? Oh, I see what class you're playing. I was looking at your stats. I'm like, what do you have? You have bonuses on so much, and then I realized what you are. So what was it? Do you want to search together, and I'll help you, or?
Sure.
Yeah. Do you want to do the roll? And I'll give you advantage.
For investigation, I assume.
Yeah, or whatever Allie wants. Sorry.
No,
Okay.
yeah, investigation is correct.
Okay, because I already have advantage on investigation as it is, so.
Oh, really?
That is a 14.
Okay, well then I'm just helping by tapping one book with Gloria.
Excellent. All right. You know, Ben, roll a d20 for me.
Yes. $17. Did I win?
All right.
Did I kill Strahd?
We're somewhere far, far away in Barovia, Strahd von Sorovich just collapses to the floor.
How can I even have a heart attack? All right.
Okay, so first up, Corinne. You, as you're looking around the room with a 14 investigation, you notice that the books are meticulously organized. As you kind of like shuffle through them, most of the books seem to be on things like how-to guides, mostly for things like tinkering, repairs. There's a couple on like jewelry making and leather working, like just kind of the odd, the bookshelf of someone who's had many hobbies over several hundred years.
Jack of all trades.
And then as you go along, you get to one book in particular, and you kind of like lift it up, you shake it, and it's hollow.
Ooh, I will totally open that little guy.
All right, so you open it and you see a small, narrow flask that is made of what appears to be like a steel sort of plated material, like just a silvery metal. It is opaque. You cannot see what is inside of it.
I will call it to the attention of the other two, or catch the attention of the other two.
Look over and go, what is that? What is that?
I'm gonna open
Can't
it up.
really tell what it is.
If they can let me, I'll open it up and take a whiff.
It smells like, it's a very familiar smell to you. It smells kind of like pungent and almost like a tangy sort of like smell to it that is very reminiscent of fermented hops.
I'll take a glug.
Mhm.
All right.
Oh no, I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like anything that just happened.
Mel's not one to turn away liquor.
No, it's just Allie's blue screen there for a moment. It's just
No, that was me trying to process if there was a way for me to make you regret it. But no, it's alcohol.
oh dear.
No, it's alcohol. It's beer. Then Corinne, as you continue, the 14, you find like a stack of papers on the desk. It's just a list of what appear to be different book names. Some are crossed out. Some have check marks next to them. The system doesn't have any sort of clear method to it. Brixton, as you tap that book, you haven't touched anything else in this room.
Nope, just this book.
And that book slides back, and like too far into the shelf. And as you are looking, Corinne, you get back over to where Brixton is, and you see that book went in too far for where the wall should be.
Oh,
Look at that.
interesting.
Even the stop clock is right twice a day.
I will try and grab the book and see if I can pull it out to see what this recess is.
Sure. Book comes out no problem. Inside of the recess is a small wooden, not quite a crate size, but like a closed box.
Ooh. I'm gonna go ahead and try and pull it out.
Comes out no problem at all. You see there's no markings on it of any kind. There's no like lock or anything visible from the outside, but it comes out no problem. It's about the size of like a shoebox.
Open that puppy up.
All right. You open it up and you see in front of you a healer's kit and 4 small vials that have a shimmering red liquid in it that some of you might be familiar with.
Zydrate.
Comes in a little glass vial. Had to. Sorry. Anyway, so yeah, any of you would recognize, being kind of the rough and tumble folks you are, that it is in fact 4 minor potions of healing and a healer's kit.
What would
I use a sundial.
Well, then it doesn't apply, does it?
I'll just shake my head. What would a librarian be doing with a hidden healer's kit and healing potions?
I mean, it never hurts to be prepared. I'm going to make my way over to her writing desk. I'm going to write a little note.
Okay.
It'll just say, "We need to talk," signed E. I'm going to put it with the flask and put it back in the book, in the bookshelf.
Okay. All right.
Wow.
So you didn't, just to be clear, you didn't drink the whole thing. You just had a swig, right?
Yeah, just a swig.
Okay. Perfect. Troublemaker. Okay.
Me? No. Never.
Never.
I'm getting her
Right,
the
and-
help she needs through a roundabout way.
If I reach in that little cubby where the recess was there? Do I feel anything else?
No, it appears to just kind of be like a small little storage space. There's nothing else in there for you to find. Normally,
I'll
I
put
would make you
everything
roll
back.
investigation, but
Yeah.
you already found it,
I'll-
so
Yeah. I'll put everything back.
including the box with the potions and stuff.
Mhm.
Okay, cool. All right, everything is back as you found it. Let's have you make a. You know what? Let's have you make a performance check. We don't get to use those very often.
Just throwing out those charisma checks, huh?
You know.
Do we
Take the
all
wins
have
where you
minus?
can get them.
We all have -1 charisma. This is amazing.
3!
Yeah, I mean that's a persuasion check, but it's the same modifier, so it's still
Oh,
a
shit.
3. No, you're
Oops.
good. Yeah.
You
So
didn't even
feel good.
perform. You didn't even perform the performance check well.
Yeah, you feel good. You feel good about how you set it back. Like you look at it and you're like, yeah, that looks about right.
Uh-huh. Like the husband who doesn't put the mayo jar back in the same spot in the fridge.
Yep.
It's in the fridge. It's as good as it gets, right?
I definitely
There's
didn't find
no-
your secret stash of chocolate.
There is no markings in the fridge, okay? The mayonnaise goes where it fits.
Let's hash this. Let's hash this right now. I love this.
Tio, we gotta figure this out right now.
All right, I want to look at the chairs and just examine them. Like maybe is it possible to turn them up or down or anything?
Yeah. Go
All right,
for
I want to flip some chairs. I want to
Flip?
examine the chairs.
Chairs. All
What
right.
am I rolling anything?
I'm gonna have you roll. You know what? I'm gonna have you roll an investigation. You're reasonably strong.
Yes, I'm extremely strong. It is a 7.
Cool. So you flip the chair over. At first, like the cushion falls out of the chair when you like flip it, and you like think for a second it's another hidden compartment, but it's just a cushion. You don't see anything like remarkable or noteworthy. It just seems to be a very sturdy, very soft chair. Like sturdy built, soft.
And there was a cushion underneath it. You said?
The cushion on the seat fell out,
Okay.
and it seemed like maybe it was going to be exciting like everything else, but then it was just a cushion.
So this person who's ever uses this room the most has been hiding alcohol, health potions, and cushions, and they are scandalously comfortable. Let's try the other one. I don't want to just see if I can check the other chair and look around the things in the room. I don't know if there's a way to do a
Yeah.
general sweep of the room.
Yeah, no, I'll have you make your own investigation check.
Okay.
There's less to find now, though. Fair one.
And it's 6, so there's less ways to find it.
Yep. You find a copper underneath the I want to call it, why am I thinking love sack? Beanbag type cushion.
All right,
A
I look at
single
them.
copper.
I look at them and say, "Are we looking for a single? We're not looking for a single copper." I check my notes.
There you go.
And then I just put the
Doubled your
copper.
salary.
And I just put that away. Oh, gotta make it count then.
Do we want to make this place, try to make it look as unrumbled as possible?
I mean, I think I put everything back properly for the healing potion.
Yeah, close enough. Sure.
Yep. Yeah, if you want to make a performance check on like the chairs and the desk and everything, feel free. And we can see how much you guys really
Yeah.
fucked it up.
That's a 15.
Fatima, I got a 9. Fatima, there are a bunch of missing items in the library, and there's like a list of things. We're trying to find like 5 things. A small statue of a tree, a golden necklace, a hair as yellow as silk, or hair as yellow as corn, a small spell book, a small ring, and a jar of something that probably has nothing to do with My Little Pony. So let's keep searching.
I feel like this is, you know, in another world, this could have been a Sierra point-and-click adventure game. Use Morningstar on Pulley.
You know what thing fucked me up forever as far as games, and it's affected how I play games the rest of my life. A game reviewer once said that sniper rifles in video games are basically the action equivalent of adventure games where the only puzzle and answer is use gun on man. And I have just not stopped thinking. I've never
Yahtzee.
used a sniper rifle. I've never stopped using a sniper. I retired the entire type of weapon. That's why I don't use them in Borderlands, because it just ruined it for me.
Thank you,
Fatima,
whoever made that observation.
Fatima,
Because you
we
give me a lot
are
of sniper rifles.
we are mercenaries. We are mercenaries that are lying about why we're here. So we're just sneaking around, but we're not really sure where to go. So feel free to shout out suggestions, because we are fucked. Does anybody have any ideas?
Do we want to go upstairs? I keep wanting to slip into Euphemian's accent. It's terrible. All of a sudden, I'm speaking with an English accent. It's terrible.
Your English and your pest control. Yes. Let's go upstairs. I look at
Party
Melpomene with
cover.
I look up at Melpomene with a little bit of suspicion, but with the accent. But yes, let's go upstairs.
Pip pip tally ho and all that rot, eh?
Alright. So, as you guys make your way back upstairs, let me pop you over here. Whoop. Mel, you are far away from everybody else. On your way back up, you guys do pass Ebder coming down the stairs. He just kind of like nods at you and keeps going.
Okay.
Hello. Yeah. Let's. I'll follow Melpomene.
Yeah. So let's go into that weird twinkly room.
Up here? Alright.
Yeah.
So, that door is not locked. And as you approach, you see that it is labeled the scriptorium. So as you open the door, the first thing you notice is the fireflies are like floating through the air here. They're not contained in lanterns like they've been elsewhere in the library. The only other place you've seen them not contained in lanterns was Crinkle's room, where they were crawling on the wall as larvae. So the first thing you notice is that they're just kind of floating around hazily. You see 3 writing desks in front of you. There's a sheepskin rug beneath each, and on one of the desks rests a book beside a stack of paper along with a stoppered ink jar and a porcupine quill pen. Another desk has a leather case on it. A moldering tapestry hangs off-center on the west wall. To the southeast is a wood-paneled wall with a closed door set into it, and a weak yellow glow emanates from under the door.
Interesting.
I'll let you go first since you went this way, but I got thoughts.
Okay. I'm gonna walk in. I'm going to cast Speak with Animals.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Alright. I don't know what the stats for a firefly is, but I'm guessing it's low. Low intelligence. Alright. What do you say?
What's new in here?
You hear a chorus of whispers kind of floating past your head. Nothing new. New? Nothing? Nothing new? 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 Bunch of questions. Until finally you kind of hear one more voice that kind of like is more discernible to you than others. Humming, singing, singing.
From where?
Down, below, down, down, singing, humming, below. New, what? New?
Thank you.
Nothing. They're just kind of like rippling, the words are kind of rippling through the room as the fireflies further from you kind of hear the discussion happening.
How do we get there?
Trying to think of how. Fly.
Yeah, I saw that coming. I was
How would
like,
fireflies get there?
I sat there and I'm like, if Allie runs animals the same way I do, I know what answer's coming.
Anything dangerous we should know about?
The first round of answers you hear are kind of like danger. No, feet, danger. Hands, feet, danger. And then you just hear fire.
Is the humming related to fire?
Don't know.
Does Crinkle sing to you?
And then This is the first kind of intonation tone shift you've heard. Crinkle, 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 crinkle. And you hear it's almost like an excitement, and while you're hearing it, you can kind of sense like an energy shift in the room that like feels like a gentle exuberance. They don't really answer you on that one.
So
Oh.
there's a humming and there's a singing, according to these guys.
And fire. Wait, I didn't hear this. If you cast that, does he understand? Does Brixton also understand?
Oh, I think Brixton can just speak too. I don't.
I can just do it. I can communicate.
Oh, you can communicate.
I can through sounds and gestures. You can communicate simple ideas with smaller beasts.
Okay, so Brixton, the parts that you would probably pick up are let's see, when they say fire, you would notice like a little bit more frantic movement, and then you would notice a little bit more of like a hazy like swirl to their behavior, almost in unison when they get excited about Crinkle. I would say that's like visually and all that's kind of the vibe you get.
I was gonna say they seem to have favorites. When you mentioned Crinkle.
Well, if she's a caretaker of theirs, that makes a certain amount of sense.
Downright sweet. Did they say anything else we need to know?
They mentioned fire when it came to danger. I don't know if that's
Are they threatening
in
us?
general. I didn't get that sense.
There's fire. Where is fire? Have you guys seen fire around here?
And they said downstairs.
Downstairs, we didn't see any fire, did we?
Stove? Oven?
I don't know if there's any lower level besides our lodging level. Nobody really told us. Nobody also really asked.
I'm just gonna two points of clarification just in case. One, below and downstairs was about the singing / humming.
Right.
And you guys are on the middle floor.
Right.
I think you got that, but I just wanted to.
Yeah.
Right now, yeah, but where our lodging is, we don't know if there is anything lower than that. Okay.
That's true.
Okay.
Okay.
We have no-
Do we want to give this place a once over? Just see if there's anything to be found?
Yeah, I can get on that.
Absolutely.
Check the glowing room.
All right.
Yeah, I could do that.
Cool. So as you guys go to look at the glowing room, that door is again locked, but this one has a large padlock on it.
So this one's got a large padlock on it?
So it's not a handle. It's like a, it's not like a knob handle. There's like a pull, and then there's a padlock on it that prevents it from opening. It's not like the same kind of setup.
I don't think Gloria knows the combination to this one. You got anything, Mel?
Don't think there's
If
anything that will help this out, really. Can't see through it.
It's a terrible shame then, because I suspect that there are pests on the other side of that door, and being paid to be pest control, we would be completely obligated to do what we could to get over there. That's what Gloria supposes anyway. What do you think?
Might as well.
Allie, I would like to take your delicate puzzle and apply an attack roll to the door.
Go for it. The door or the padlock? Padlock, okay. Just slightly different.
Oh, wait, I rolled the wrong thing. Hold on. That's my damage check.
I got you.
I rolled a 13.
So it lands, but the padlock is surprisingly sturdy. Doesn't seem to... It just kind of takes the hit. Maybe it's a little dented, but it's not broken by any means.
Could I take out my crowbar and I'll sort of position it as a striking surface?
Okay.
You had that? All right.
I mean, I didn't want to break things until we started breaking things. Now it hardly seems.
No, it's fine. It's all just if I'd known you had a Kinku bar, that would have helped us. But yeah, go ahead.
I feel like that's a little racist.
Oh my god, I just got...
Oh no,
Amazing.
we broke the DM.
Okay. Alright, fun. Fun. Okay, so Ben, go ahead and make another attack roll, this time with advantage.
I'm gonna get canceled at the Agorian market. Let me see, with advantage.
Yep.
I got 21 and 9, and then I accidentally rolled again, and that one doesn't count. So 21.
21, alright. So this time, expertly leveraged, you do manage to crack into it, push against it. Go ahead and roll damage for this one.
8. 6. Sorry,
I
I'm
was
a little
like,
sleepy.
where?
My mind is not working right.
Okay. So 6. It does just barely crack off. So you are able to break through the whatever mechanism holds the lock. You know, my vocabulary used to be really big, you guys. Yeah. I'll take it.
Shackle.
And,
shackle. Is it shackle? Sorry.
I swear to God. You're having too much fun being the person who interrupts, and I'm gonna need you to chill.
Sorry. I'll tone it down.
You're fine. This is absolutely karma. Like, y'all don't even know how bad I am in our other campaign.
This is.
You think Callista's bad? No. Yeah, so it falls to the floor. If you guys wanted to try to catch it before it makes a lot of noise, I will let you make a dexterity saving throw. Whoever wants to try to catch it.
I will try to do that. That seems like good. Sorry, dex save?
Yeah. Actually, no, you're right. Not a save. That doesn't make sense. We're gonna do you can do athletics or acrobatics. Actually, no, acrobatics. I'm an idiot. It wouldn't be strength related at all. What time is it? I'm tired. Acrobatics check.
That's another natural 1 for a 10.
Ooh. See, but like, do I be the DM? So you get it mostly. I'll say with a 10, you get it mostly. I'm like, do I be the DM where it's a failure regardless? No,
It's
with a
that
10 you
thing
get
where
it.
you're like,
Yeah.
So instead of it being like a boom sort of like noise as it hits the ground, it's just kind of like a thunk 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 thunk.
caught it on the first bounce.
Hold quietly for a moment, and nobody materializes.
Wow. What was it? Looking good. That's good. It's good teamwork. All right, thank you. I'm gonna push the door open.
All right. As the door swings open, you see, for lack of a better word, every single corner of this room is just awash in glowing light. The density of the fireflies on these walls, is intense, and you see maybe like 14 glass terrariums that are just sitting evenly spaced along the shelves on the wall, and the fireflies are kind of coming and going, and you see just small little jars of, I think firefly. I should have searched what fireflies eat, but firefly food, for lack of a better, what you perceive to be firefly food. And as you like pause quietly and you look in the room and you kind of adjust to the glow, you also hear like a quiet like clink 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 as they like hit the glass around you.
Snails, worms, and slugs.
Thank you. Okay, cool. So you see, like, at first it looks like more larvae, but then as you are able to see better, we'll say it's worms. And let's see.
That's horrible, Fatima.
So who's it? Oh God, do I want to know? Oh no.
Right? It takes all of the whimsy out of what we've been doing here.
No.
They're so cute and ethereal and beautiful, and also cannibals, fucking cannibals. It's like, oh, okay.
All right, so let's see. So who was going in first? It was Brixton. Were the rest of you going in?
I'll go in. I want to just meet. Okay, I'll let them answer first.
No.
No, I'll let Brixton go in first. Send in the meat shield.
That's fair. I'm gonna start examining all of the jars to see if I notice any one of them standing out separately, uniquely.
All right, go ahead and make an investigation check for me.
7.
They look about the same. There's some differences in terms of like the way that the like bowl of worms and stuff are laid out, but other than that, it nothing that looks intentional. More just careless, casual differences.
All right, I'm gonna look at them and look at the others and go, it's safe. It's more fireflies.
Any small rings thereabouts? Spellbooks, gold necklaces?
I don't think so. There's no jars of things.
Brixton, as you're looking, at first you see kind of a small like swirl of fireflies to the side of you that seems like a normal sort of swirl, but then as you kind of look toward it, it's a group of them that kind of like flit in sort of like lazy circles and then just kind of land on the floor. And as you follow them downward, you see scratched into the floor the words, "Finish the rhyme," in like a very sort of manic, messy, frantic sort of writing.
Letter C. Okay.
My one weakness.
Melpomene, Corinne, we need you guys in here. We need to do some rhyming.
With what?
Words. And I point at the floor.
Is there anything around that looks like we could rhyme it with?
You can make either a perception or an investigation check.
I'm definitely going perception. I have a wisdom score, so but that's still only an 11.
So, you do not notice anything in the room that has any kind of like writing or anything. You see a few more boxes along the bottom shelves, but it would be easy enough to ascertain that those, if you were to crack them open, I'll just give it to you, that they're just have more like worms and dirt in them.
I don't think we're looking for any worms or dirt, so what about in this room? And I'll sort of look through the desks, the writing desks.
Okay. Yeah, so if you guys are in the scriptorium, I will let anyone who wants to make an investigation check go ahead and make one, or again, if you guys want to help each other, go for it.
I'm going to try again because I've got advantage, so I'm going to go ahead and get...
Yeah, I'll assist on Corinne.
That would be a 22 on this.
Almost called you Euphemian. Great. Melpomene, if you were going to assist, how would you do so? Like, where would you go in the room? Where are you drawn?
I'm drawn more to this here. So the
that desk.
little, yeah, that.
Okay, so that's the one with the small leather case, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a d20 for me.
14.
Okay, cool. So, Corinne, as you investigate the room, you start in the corner by the door and you kind of make your way across the room. You look underneath the sheepskin rugs. You don't see anything. Melpomene kind of seems to have the small leather case handled. The book with the stack of paper and the ink. The book actually has a bookmark in it. However, when you go to remove the book kind of starts to fall apart. And it's starting to feel like maybe there's nothing in here. Until you kind of turn to the left and you notice a small tear in the tapestry. It's off center, and through the small tear in it, it almost looks like there might be like a drawing or something behind it. Do you want to
move it aside?
All right. So as you pull it back, the first thing you notice is that like it's a scratchy sort of material, and then as you look, you see a set of stanzas written in a line, top to bottom. I'm going to share with you guys a handout real quick, and then I will also post the text in the group. So I don't know if you guys can you see that? Are you seeing it?
Yep.
Okay. And then I will also post the text in the group. Here we go.
Oh, I've never had an item shared with me before on this side. Okay.
Oh, also, since I'm sharing things, I didn't show you guys what Crinkle looks like. You want to see what Crinkle looks like? I have actual art.
Yeah, sure.
Yes.
Show to everybody. Can you see her?
Oh, I like her.
Okay.
This is great for voids.
Yeah, so those are what the little jars of fireflies look like as well.
Can our viewers see this room?
Not at the moment, so I can go through.
I can also post the picture in the I don't think I can put it in the Twitch chat, but I can. Oh, hello, login.
I don't know why that's looking for a login.
I don't know if I can drop a picture in the chat, but I can drop it in the Discord.
Hey,
So
there
we'll
it is.
Hey, all right. I'll still put it there, but for now. Here is Crinkle or the Discord. All right. So as you pull it back, you notice scratched into the wall these words. It wouldn't take much to notice that the frenetic scratching and the writing styles are notably similar.
I'm going. Oh wait, no, I don't see this yet.
I mean, if you're watching Corinne.
Okay.
But I'll let you have the first person.
As I'm kind of reading, I'm like, oh, okay. I think I found it here. So I'm holding the tapestry aside so that they could read it, and I'm going to read it.
Brixton, can I see those dolls?
Oh, yeah. The straw ones? Yeah, here we go. And I just hand those dolls.
So, just to confirm, one's a doll with a scythe, and one's with no feet, right?
That is correct.
Lovely.
So I think we've got something going on here.
We'll take off the hands, take off the clothes.
Yeah, because the mother lost her hand to the dog.
But we don't have a son and we don't have a dog.
But what if everything that was lost we take off of the dolls?
I mean, I
Like
suppose. Does the hand come off, or would it have to be physically removed?
You would have to physically remove it. It would not take much, but you would have to. It's done.
It says finish the
easily
rhyme, and then we have this. I'm switching from Brixton to Ben because I'm like, this looks like some sort of Caesarean cipher. It looks like a shift. It looks like a 13 shift or Route 13. Actually, let me just try that real fast.
Ben's too smart, you guys.
Maybe.
I don't actually know. I don't actually know what a shift 13 is, so
Yeah.
I'm just.
Oh, it's also not that. It's also not that. Oh no, it's crows. What is it? Yeah, it's crows. If you shift everything 10 letters, then it becomes CROW, CRSRWO. It seems like an anagram for crows. Maybe? Shadow, crows, murder. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know, maybe I'm onto something. Maybe this is nonsense. This might be nonsense. Do you see what I'm saying, though? Like, let me put it in the chat. I'll put it in the
Yeah.
Twitch chat.
No,
If you rotate...
I think I get what you're saying. Yeah.
If you rotate everything 10 letters, then it just spells prose, maybe? But it seems a little bit off. Shadow have a name. Causes grief, avoids the blame.
Well, could I try
This guy you fit me in is really smart. We could really use him right now.
What'd you say?
I hear he's a dink. Let's.
Hold on. Go ahead, sorry.
I'm going to try tearing off a hand.
Which hand do you want to take off?
Is there any difference as far as I can tell?
One is holding a scythe.
Yeah, take off the one holding the scythe.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll give it a shot.
All right. You are now holding a straw doll and a straw hand with a scythe in it.
Handy.
Oh,
Oh, is that the only curse of the night?
Give yourselves a hand, everybody.
I was about to use that one. Dang it, I was waiting.
come on.
I was about to. I wanted to examine it and ask you to give me a hand. But okay. This is.
It's too bad it doesn't come with a manual. I'm done.
No, you're not.
I'll just torture
We know you.
with them later.
No! It'll keep going on and on and on.
I feel like we've got half the equation here. I don't know. I'm no dummy, but not as smart as some.
What is the tapestry of? If I pull it back down, what does the tapestry depict?
So the tapestry is actually a like a worn and tattered depiction of what appears to be a large bronze dragon and a what you could reasonably assume to be a Dragonlord.
I'm gonna point out a theory here, and I'm gonna say this. Just assume Brixton said this in Brixton character, but I can't juggle those two things at once. I'm not that good. Finish the rhyme, I think actually means enact these things on the dolls, and I think that we're missing the third doll, which is the sun.
I think so too.
Okay.
Maybe
We're gonna
even a
roll
fourth
it
one for dog.
I'm gonna roll an investigation check on the entire map for the other doll.
Perfect. All right.
No, no. What? No. What?
I'll let you roll one investigation check. If you get a nat 20, I will give you a small clue.
5. Don't you feel dumb? Okay.
Did I find anything in that little box? Or the little case?
Oh, yes. Actually, they're calligrapher's tools.
Okay. Interesting, but I don't think there's anything here that's interesting to me. Do we want to take a look around, see if we can find something?
Yeah, I want to kind of take a look maybe under the desks, on the underside of the chair, under the mats.
Underneath the sheepskin rugs.
Under the desk, under the chair, like literally under every surface that's in here.
Okay. I'm gonna just use the investigation roll you already did. You don't find anything particularly remarkable underneath the rugs. Nothing, like, no more, like, scratching or writing or anything like that. Which is what I assume you're looking for.
Yep.
Could I go... I'm going to leave this room. I'd like to go down through the door to the south.
Okay. Do the rest of you want to follow, or...?
Yes, but I'm going to still be looking at the... I'm going to be preoccupied, but yes, I'm doing that.
Okay. So as you go down toward the south, Mel, you come to a door that says bindery. The door is not locked, so you're able to go in and open. This room has fireflies in jars, like the rest of the library area, the cellar. You see leather bits, wood shavings, and paper scraps all over the floor, and a large workbench with tools and contraptions organized neatly around a handful of books in different states of repair. So, like, some of them have, like, the binding ripped off, some of them are, like, actively being clamped together while glue sits, and some of them have, like, you know, like a needle tucked into the side as they're being, you know, threaded up. Stools surround the bench, one of which has a leather apron draped over it. As you walk inside, do you leave the door open?
Yes.
Okay. So as you walk inside, you notice that it is slightly more comfortable in here than it was in any of the other rooms.
As in, like, not musty?
Yeah, a little bit more fresh, a little bit warmer.
Okay. Could I look through the tools on the bindery workbench?
Yeah, go for it. I will have you
be able
make.
to find an awl specifically?
Yes, that would be part of. I would say, yeah, like leather workers' tools would be there. So.
Okay. I'd like to pocket the awl.
Go for it. While you're in that room, I would say your passive perception is high enough that you notice a ledger resting on one of the benches or the stools. You see on it a list of 4 book titles, which are, Corinne, if you're in there, it would be somewhat reminiscent of the one that you found in Varner's room.
Mm-hmm.
So the book titles are Festivals and Festivities of Ancient Cormyr, and then replace cover. Living a Dream, 3 Years Among Stone Giants, replace cover. Shemshime's Bedtime Rhyme, repair spine.
That one.
And
That one.
Halfling Superstitions, rebind.
Okay. Could I take the obvious one? Shemsham?
So you see on the list that it's listed, but as you look at the table, it's not there.
Okay. Could I look around
So-
and see if it might have been knocked off, or...
What's the whole name of the book?
Shemshime's Bedtime Rhyme. And yeah, go ahead and make
I
an
was gonna-
investigation check. Sorry.
I was
Tammy,
just going to say, while Melpomene was going down to that room, I just want to snoop around those, the desk or the tables in the middle where Ebner would have been sitting. I just want to snoop and see.
Perfect.
The
Great.
different
Finally,
books.
my luck turns around a bit. I get a 21.
Woohoo!
21. All right. So Mel, I will have you make an investigation check or not Mel. Shit. Corinne, I will have you make an investigation check
Corinne.
while I tell Mel what you have.
Okay.
So okay.
Okay.
In addition to the list and the books that you see on the table, as you get to the ground, you find a few strange, like notably different gears that don't seem to match anything else in the room. Additionally, as you kind of rifle through the books and everything on there, you find a small disc made out of like a smooth stone that is just set gently underneath most of the papers and things on the desk. And I would say with an investigation of 21, you are able to gather that is what is making the room smell nice and feel more comfortable. In terms of finding anything else, that is really about it. You do find like some paintbrushes and things like that on the table next to like the wood carving and leatherworking tools. But other than that, those would be like the two notable things that you find.
Okay. Would I be able to cobble together essentially stuff for lockpicking out of the stuff that I have
Yes.
here?
Yes, I will allow it.
Okay.
Yeah. However, yeah, I'll allow it. Yeah,
So I will
because
take...
you don't have proficiency, but it would be the same. So that's okay.
I
I'm
have...
just gonna be playing with this word thing for the rest of the night. This is my jam. I cannot emphasize enough how much this is just my little shiny bauble to play with for the rest of the night. Even if the puzzle's at face value, even if I get this wrong, this is who I'm gonna be for the rest of the night. Please continue.
All right. So I will take the smooth stone, as well as you said there were gears, and...
Yeah, small like brass gears that didn't seem to match anything else.
Okay.
And then
And I will
Corinne.
take those as well.
Okay, perfect. Corinne, you as you're kind of like shuffling through the pages, you don't notice a whole lot. It's mostly just stacks of books. You do not find the book title that you were looking for. However, you do find a stack of like kind of scribbly drawings. So the first one is like a young girl and two parents, kind of stick figure-y. You see what you can reasonably assume to be a kenku. You see kind of a rudimentary drawing of the arena from the Great Games, a dragon, and then you see one that is just it is a drawing of like a stone mill, like that you would find for grain.
Like just a small kind of one, or like a big one that you would find like in a windmill?
Like the one kind of size you would find in a windmill. So like you have a sense of scale because there is like a drawing of like a person next to it.
Okay.
But yeah, it appears to be the size of like a large millstone.
I was able to decode it a certain way where I found the phrase "on the nest." That doesn't help.
At this point, you guys hear a voice coming down from above. Did you find anything? Any pests down there? You look up and you see Varner is kind of tottering around up there with a large stack of books in her arms.
I'll just yell up, not as of yet. Still trying to look for any trace of them. Anything that looks out of the ordinary.
Well, if you need access to any of the rooms down there, just let us know, because Crinkle is generally the keeper of the keys, although I do have my own copy for a couple of the rooms. But we should be able to give you access if you need anything, so just let us know.
Will do, thank you.
We've been able to ask for access?
Y'all didn't try.
NPCs are useless. Why do we want to talk with them?
We are bad
Give us the
people.
information too late.
We are bad people.
And then she kind of walks away for a little bit. And then you hear her coming down the stairs, and she kind of passes you guys. Well, it's getting a little bit late. Is there anything you guys need to do, or you gonna head in at any point, or do you guys do your best work at night? I'm not familiar with pest control.
Well, you have to understand most creatures are nocturnal, so you get the best signs of them after everyone has stopped moving around.
Yeah, and that's what we're trying to determine if that's what we're dealing with here.
Perfect. Well, that makes sense. Again, I don't have a whole lot more information about pests or anything of that kind, but if you do have any questions about anything, let me know, or if I can help you find any books. I'm sure you don't need any how-to books, but those are kind of my specialty. So if you need any resources, I can always send up for some from upstairs as well.
Ask him about the
Have you
book.
got one? Shemshine's. Sorry, I didn't manage to write down the rest of it.
Oh, Shemshine's bedtime rhymes.
Bedtime rhymes.
She kind of like cocks her head at you. Actually, yeah, what was that something that what do you know about that book?
Oh, just something that my mother used to read me when I was very young. It's been on my mind.
Oh, well, we actually, it had been kind of tucked away under a great deal of books that had come in with a large shipment a while ago. We just found it, and I was in the process of trying to recover it, to restore it. It should just be in the bindery. Are you particularly good with I mean, this might be a strange question, and she kind of looks at all three of you, but are any of you good with mechanical repairs? And she kind of looks over at you, Brixton, because you had kind of implied earlier that you
Oh, no, imply. I'm a bit of an expert, yes.
It had a strange sort of mechanism to it, and
On it.
I was...
And I'm just going to start following, indicate that I'm following.
Alright, and she's going to take you guys to the bindery. When she gets in there and she sees that the book is not there, she is make an insight check, actually.
I've just been running through codes this whole time, and it makes me so happy. I got a 9.
That's why we like it.
I also got 9.
Alright, did you want to make one, Tammy?
Yeah, let's do it. Where's my sheet? Oh, another tab. Insight. 12. I got a bit better than you guys.
She seems reasonably confused. Her brow furrows, and she kind of shakes her head a little bit. That's strange. I feel like it was just here earlier today. I was working on it. Hang on, maybe Ebder grabbed it, and she's gonna start making her way through the library, look at the table that you had looked at, Corinne, not find it there, walk into the scriptorium, and then you just hear kind of a strange. Did you say earlier you were asking about things going missing, weren't you? Is that a normal happenstance with pests?
Well, you have to understand. Critters will come along and, decide to chew on something and drag it off to their nests.
Oh, well, Certainly that must be what happened, because it was just here earlier today. I don't understand what could have happened to it.
What was just here? Book?
The book that you guys were looking for. Well,
the
maybe
book
if you
of
find whatever
bedtime
critters. Bedtime stories, yes.
Maybe
And those
it was
critters.
the little girl. Maybe the little girl might have found it and took it.
Maybe. I haven't known Galeby to take anything, but also have not been keeping a close eye on her. Abder did say she went to bed earlier. Perhaps you could check with her in the morning.
Yeah, we might do that.
Yes. Let's. I'm totally not trying to find a way to solve whatever this puzzle is through some complete break.
Man, we need a second
of-
week.
I'm stumped.
So she is gonna kind of like head downstairs and kind of like look over her shoulder. So did you say you were staying up, or did you want to?
Yeah. We'll finish up around here, and we'll be turning in shortly. Don't worry about us. We can make our way.
All right,
Yeah.
wonderful. Well, if you need anything, we do have some supplies in that small trunk downstairs. There's a small lock on it, but honestly, that's more for pest keeping purposes. The key for that lock is going to be tucked underneath the sink. So if you do decide that you want to partake of any nightcaps or anything,
Ooh,
go ahead and help yourself.
Thank you.
awesome. Thank you very much.
And then she's gonna go ahead and head downstairs unless you need anything else from her.
Nope.
I'm good.
All right. Anything else you
I'm
guys
just
want to do?
gonna say, well, that's strange that another item decided to go missing while we're here now.
Well, one that's specifically related to what we're looking into, no less.
So, Melpomene, you hadn't taken it. It was just the list again, a list that you saw with the notes about repairing the cover, right?
I'm
That
not
had
a
this title
thief.
on?
Just because I'm
No,
a Medusa.
You said no. Not insinuating. This is Tammy saying this to read. You did. She didn't pick that up. She only picked up the gears.
Yes, the book wasn't
Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. Sorry, that was me that hadn't heard completely. I was not accusing Mel. I was just clarifying. Tammy was clarifying with me.
there. Uh-huh.
I'm gonna check
Okay. So yeah, well, this is interesting that something else goes missing while we're starting to investigate. Do you want to go take a look upstairs? What, the higher level first before turning in?
Well, I think it might not be the worst idea. Our only real clue, the dolls, came from that basket. Maybe
Mm-hmm.
there's something
Maybe we'll find something else.
that
We can
caused
find the other
that.
dolls.
Could be. Let's head upstairs.
Does this is Tammy jumping ahead. Does Mel tell us she picked up those gears?
Yeah. Yeah, I would
Okay.
let you know.
I'm gonna just be thinking out loud and say, I wonder if those gears have anything to do with the pulley system, maybe? Do you think?
Wish I wasn't distracted by this puzzle. But it's
Oh
just
God.
I cannot ever explain how much.
The pulley
You're probably
actually down
overthinking
here? Did it, because it collapsed down, right?
It fell, yeah. So you have the bottom half of the rope system as well as the basket down here.
Could I take a look at the actual part that's fallen down and see if there's anything here that...
I will let you make either an investigation check or an intelligence, or what is it? Not an intelligence check. It's
investigation?
yeah, I guess that's the one I'm thinking of. Yeah, it is an intelligence check.
Yeah.
On it tonight.
I miss you, Fabian.
We can wrap soon.
That's a 19.
19. All right. You kind of compare them, and while at first blush they might have looked somewhat similar, the gears aren't quite the right size, and seem like they would come from something that's a little bit more complex than just a simple pulley system. And the real tell is that the metals don't quite match.
Okay.
The pulley system is significantly more like worn and rusted.
Okay. I don't think it's here.
Okay. You have to find the other doll. Well, so we should just check the sleeping areas then. We should check the sleeping areas. The Crinkles probably has something. Crinkle probably has. Did we? Okay, I'm sorry. I spaced out. I wasn't kidding.
You're fine.
What have we checked Crinkle's room again?
Not since this. No, you guys haven't gone back down yet.
We
I know
were
we need to
talking
wrap-
about going up.
There's people in those rooms now.
Yeah. Everybody's
They're all
gone to bed.
occupied now.
I will travel with the group because I realize that I'm not being productive right now. I have so many different theories that involve us peeling away to doing semi-random shit because my mind is seeing as like a video game of like, what if we quick travel here and quick travel here? And I'm like, that's not how these things work. So I'm overwhelmed by options. So I will stop talking is my point.
Well, let's head upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe we can come to a
See if
close
there's
here.
anything we can find.
Yeah.
So really quickly, what would you guys like to investigate? And I'll do kind of a speed run instead of a descriptive thing so that we can kind of
I'd
close
like
out.
to look into the pulley mount.
Pulley mount. Okay. Are you looking for anything particular?
See if I can find out if there's any failure on the mount side, or what
Got
caused
it.
the failure.
Okay.
Aside from the fact that Brixton whacked it.
Yeah. Yeah. You can go ahead and make an investigation check for that.
Okay.
I don't remember. Was there a desk or
17.
desks up there?
No desks upstairs, just comfy chairs and
Okay.
small tables by the railing, but nothing that was
Okay.
like a workspace. More just for
Okay.
like stacking the books as
Gotcha.
they move them
Okay.
around. 17. It appears to just be wear and tear, rust, aging. Ultimately, it looks like maybe one of the screws had kind of ripped out of the stone where it had been put in before Brixton knocked it. It was already kind of compromised. So, but nothing that seems like nefarious or foul play or anything like that. Anything else?
I would like to look at all the 4 statues that were recently moved in the first room that we came into.
Recently moved in the okay.
Because you talked about how those were moved whenever we
yes.
started. Yeah.
So the 4 statues were not moved. The 2 nooks with the chairs used to have statues in them, and those statues were removed.
Okay, I want to look at. I want to examine the. I want to examine the nooks. Did we? I know that we looked at things. Did we examine all of those nooks?
You looked at 2 of the statues. So if you want to just roll, I'll let y'all roll investigation checks and kind of give you a group total if that is cool with you guys, or one
Okay.
person can lead it. I don't care.
I rolled a 10. I rolled a 10.
4.
All right, advantage. Let's see it.
12.
12. All right. So you guys are starting to get tired at this point.
Uh-huh.
I will say that what you are able to deduce by looking at the areas where the statues had been is that if the other 4 nooks are sincerely reminiscent of the ones that you're investigating, there is no indication that the statues would be movable or have like anything hidden under them or behind them.
Okay. So it seems like there's nothing. It's a no-go there.
That nothing jumps out at you that would be like, oh, we should look for this behind the rest of them. There's no like hidden words or letters or anything like that. If they are indeed all reminiscent, which you're not able to really look around well enough to get a better feel with a 12. It seems to be just a solid stone back with nothing behind them.
Great. I think I've got what I've got for now. I'm going to think about this. I'm going to crowdsource this. Everybody that's watching is encouraged to put their ideas in the
Yeah.
chat.
Brainstorm.
Yes. Let me.
But
I'm
don't
gonna.
give
I'm
us
gonna
the
ask.
answers if you've run the campaign.
Oh
I'm gonna
yeah,
ask in a poll.
Yeah.
No spoilers.
No.
If
I'm
you
gonna-
have run Shemshime before. Sorry, Ben. What was it?
No, 1 second. I'm writing a poll for the group. To see what they think that we should do next. I'm gonna start that. So I asked for their advice if they want to vote on that. So anyway, but I'm not sure. I'm out of ideas for now. Just because my mind is wrapped up in this, and I realize that like the level of exploring different things that I want to do is not productive at this point in the session. So I'm opening the floor to anybody else.
I think our best bet right now is to go to sleep. And
Yeah, you guys do not have. There's no time limit on this in terms of when you have to have results either. So you're not in a hurry. So if you guys are good to go to sleep, are you guys okay to go take a rest, long rest?
I think so.
All right.
I'm gonna go sneaking into the little pantry box, see what kind of snacks and drinks I can grab, and bring that to the room with me.
Pretty much anything basic that you're looking for, I'll say you can find. Nothing fancy, but like breads, crackers, wine.
Oh yeah.
Maybe some fruit.
Yep. All of that.
Maybe some smoked meats. I don't know.
Bring myself a charcuterie board for bed.
Yeah.
Bedtime charcuterie.
Just a little bit of bacon tucked in a little bag in the corner.
Nice, nice.
All right. So you guys go to bed, and you go ahead and take a long rest. And
I snuggle up to Stuart.
snuggle up to Stuart.
That's so weird.
Gentle snoring filling your ears. And with that, you guys wake up the next morning and feel rested.
Oh, this is good. This is a comforting song. I feel great.
You feel like there's something you forgot. Just kind of sitting in the back of your mind, just something just feels like maybe it was a dream that you had that something important, something it's right on the tip of your tongue.
Oh, I hate this feeling.
As you come out for breakfast with one another, Milpomene, you notice it first. The other two are humming quietly to themselves, but humming. And the longer you listen, the more you notice it's the same tune. They're humming the same tune. And then you pause and you notice you're humming it too. And with that, we'll pick up next week.
I don't like you. I don't like any of this. Thank you.
We finally got to the spooky part.
Can you turn down the music, Allie? Allie, can you turn down the music on yours? Because it's too loud.
I'm so sorry. I adjusted everything else, and I did not adjust this one. I was so excited about it. Sorry. All right.
Yeah, unfortunately, the levels in Roll20 often are a little imbalanced.
Very inconsistent, yeah.
So just to recap for Fatima, and anyone else who couldn't hear me, as they woke up, Milpomene noticed that the other two were humming quietly to themselves. There was just all three of them had the vaguest sense that there was something that they'd forgotten sitting on the tip of their tongue, kind of maybe it was a dream or a nightmare or something important. And Milpomene noticed that the other two were humming the same tune. And then she noticed that she was humming it too. And that's where
Stop
that's
overthinking,
what you
Ben.
missed.
Don't overthink.
We'll just go.
That's all I do.
Stab it. That's what we do.
We stab the humming.
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you guys for this. Thank you for this.
Shut up, Brandon. I'll
Allie.
stab you with a Q-tip.
Fatima!
You're fantastic. Allie, you're a great DM. Thank you for this. Thank you.
Mhm.
Thank you. You guys got a lot more exposition than the last time when I ran this,
Uh-oh.
even though your rolls were a little bit lower on the
Mm.
investigation checks.
Looking at you, Reed.
We
I am not.
all-
I did appreciate that you all rolled tanks.
I mean,
We-
not
we
really
did.
tank. I'm DPS.
But we
You
all
know what
rolled
I mean.
punchy characters. We all
Yeah.
rolled fighty characters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is great. All right, so we should do all of the above,
All right.
is what they said. So let's do all of the above next time.
All right. Ben, you do yes. I'll do no.
Mm.
Corinne, do both.
Good,
Okay.
on it. Thank you, Allie, for giving me permission to say that the shield actually snores. You guys have a good night.
Thank you
Hi,
so much, everybody.
Thanks for watching.
See you next week for the rest of this
Woo!
creepiness.
Yeah.
Bye.
Rain, storm, no spoilers.
Mm.